What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What would you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing!
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids, that's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna.
And with that, welcome into ECAC Rocket League week number 3. I'm Curtis. I'm along with Danger Taco to my left, and we have ourselves a 2-0 matchup. Two 2-0 teams in week 3 of Swiss play. It is Florida Atlantic, and it is Fanshawe. And Danger, we have a couple of players on here that know what they're doing, a couple of teams on here that clearly know what they're doing, going for through their first 2 matches with pretty relative ease.
Yeah, and the one thing that's cool about these teams is that it really shows off the depth of the collegiate scene, because these are both teams that had competed in the Collegiate Rocket League by the Psionics competition, the qualifier stage. And although I didn't know much about their rosters, I was quickly being told throughout Twitter and just all the people in the collegiate ecosystem to watch these teams because they're going through the bracket with a fair amount of success. So clearly these are 2 teams, as you said, that know what they're doing. And in this league with maybe a little bit stricter bounds on the competition, this being the Eastern Conference, for really all of collegiate play in the ECAC. I'm very curious to see how these 2 shape up.
Boxes, Sustain, and Dungeon going to round out the Fanshawe roster, and Florida Atlantic running with Hammy Crackers, Frisbee, and their sub Blum at latest report. So getting their sub involved in week 3 could be interesting to see how he meshes in and tries to keep this team undefeated, and going up against another, seemingly really good team at the 2-0 level.
Yeah, and so this is where the amount of league play really starts to kick in. First weeks, you kind of just have random matchups and players just matching up with each other and seeing what sticks and what doesn't. And you don't really have any patterns, so it's really hard to make predictions. Now that we start to get into week 2 and 3 and 4, we're going to start to see the best teams start matching up against each other and really try to take dominance over the standings. Since you have these 2 teams at 2-0, it's whether or not you actually have a hot start and you can keep it going, or if you just happen to roll through some opponents that maybe you should have taken the win off of. Getting that first real challenge is what I'm looking forward to, and I think this is going to be that game for both of those teams.
Should be a good one. It's a best of 5. The waiting game is done. We are ready for Rocket League. It is going to be Florida Atlantic and Fanshawe. Signal getting out to the teams to get them onto the pitch, and we'll get this best of 5 underway on DFH Stadium to start things out. We're ready to go. ECAC Week 3. Hopefully you guys are ready in chat, and everybody at home that's watching without chat in front of you, what are you doing? Either way, we're about ready to get underway with game number 1.
So as we transition into the game, we got the players on the pitch. They're ready and raring to go, and so are we. So game number 1 of potentially 5, and I'm honestly would not be surprised if we do see that. We've seen a couple sweeps on the ECAC broadcast, but as we mentioned earlier, these 2 teams are up to their winning ways, and I don't think they want to stop any time soon. I'm looking to see which of the players is going to step up and make that first big play.
Immediately, Blum in the sub role jumps in, gets contact on the ball, puts it in deep into territory. Didn't quite get it done, though. Hammy Crackers with a save above his own crossbar. Chance for Fanshawe on offense. Apple Pie puts it up in the air. Going to try for the double, working with Frisbee above the bar. Frisbee gets the long clear, sends it right back in to Fanshawe's end. But Blum there to force the issue. Blum seemingly the big forechecker on this Florida Atlantic roster, as he's been into the deep part of Fanshawe's end on multiple occasions already, just a minute in.
And it's good to have that player to be a disruptor. When you do have players moving forward and trying to get on the ball, sometimes you really do waste opportunities because you're going too far forward. You're not actually doing anything. But when you have a player like Blum who's not afraid to get in the mix, really make the defense sweat, not sure what they're going to bring to the table. Is it a bump? Is it a pass? It can really throw things off. Right now, Fanshawe seems to be holding, but it is getting a bit flimsy at times. Another diving save going to keep the scoreline level.
Florida Atlantic working to set up the offense and doing a pretty good job of it. That'll be Frisbee right in front. Shot on net is going to be in. Just past, not leopard. And it'll be a 1-0 Florida Atlantic advantage.
Now, as soon as I mentioned that, we have an awkward ball coming in. Defender is doing basically 2 jobs at once. They have to read the player going up for it. They also have to read the pass. And sometimes when your mind is split like that, you get limited success on really either read. No touch, and that third defender left stranded. So much they can't reach in that play. So now they're going to have to play down from a deficit. But a good job by Florida Atlantic. They've kept pressure early on and finally were able to get that reward.
Frisbee trying to get this one away from his own end. Challenge is going to send it towards midfield. In comes Blum. Blum off the corner, looking for a touch in front. That's going to be sent well away by Not Leopard. Not Leopard, shot towards the net. Across, Blum gets the really nice defensive demo. Puts Hammy Crackers in a good spot. Blum now will get contact, looking for Hammy Crackers on the back end. Put up in the air above the bar. Second touch coming in from Frisbee. Frisbee is there for it. Not going to happen. Hammy turns back in. Possession given over to Frisbee, but Frisbee will defer, and Hammy Crackers is going to go airborne. Crackers going to try to put this one towards the net. Apple Pie with the save as we play 2 minutes into game number 1. A 1-0 lead for Florida Atlantic, but they are continuing to step on the gas danger, and it's becoming a very dangerous situation for Fanshawe, and Frisbee brings it to culmination.
Something I'm loving out of Florida Atlantic right now is their modulation of play. They're very good at playing that slow game, being patient, waiting for a passing opportunity, not afraid to pass it back or take a touch to the side and have another build up with a better option instead of just forcing it forward. But when they do need to, the ball just pops out there in the middle. They are able to quickly act and decisively put that one on target. It's a marker of a great team, and likewise, the score is going to reflect that. Just approaching halftime, and they got a nice cushioned lead.
Blum with a nice challenge. Gives it over to Frisbee. Blum is still in the air. Good challenge on the left wing side. Frisbee far side, crossbar and away. And that's going to be knocked towards the side wall. Frisbee again. Off the left, Willwell. Tries to put this one down. Blum reading it off the sidewall. Pass in the middle. Hammy Crackers in the area, but he's not going to get there in time. Sent back hard to the Florida Atlantic net. And it looks like Fanshawe trying to get something done, but now it's a dribble chance. 1-on-1 towards the net. It's going to be a pass in the middle. Blum is there. Puts it up in the middle for Hammy Crackers. Hammy with the bounce shot right in front. Stop again as Apple Pie will clear it away from the crease. It's still a 2-0 lead with 2 minutes to go in game 1.
Fanshawe playing for survival right now. They are getting all these clears off their goal line, but for what? They can get into midfield, but as soon as they do, Florida Atlantic throwing right back in the mixer, and they're doing it with a great deal of success. Frisbee was just short. Blum can't get the follow-up, but they're doing a very good job of, again, just moving forward when they need to, and for the most part, locking down that midfield line so hard for Fanshawe to get up on offense when every single time they do, it's mostly just a long clear down that gets volleyed right on back.
Blum going to be up the sidewall once more. Works it into that corner. They fight for it around that boost orb down there. Hammy Crackers into the middle for Frisbee. Frisbee misses on it. Van Ritu going to have a chance at this. Double touch. Far side in. It's going to find the way into the net. And it's a 2-1 advantage now as Fanshawe gets on the board.
I nearly had my head in my hands here. Van Ritu was going for that shot, and they actually get a ground pinch. It goes over, and then I see the defender up, and I'm saying even after that opening, they're still not getting anything, but lifting weights, Van Reyes gets a massive dunk right on in, and they're right back in this game with time to boot. 75 seconds, more than enough to push up field and get something to go. They're going to get a deflection here, but fortunately all the defenders just opting to rotate back instead.
Metric, ton of time left in this game number 1. Blum is going to go for this. He's going to be looking for a double. Not going to happen. Vanry's going to get the touch. Pass into the middle. Leopard puts this across ways, wall to wall, side to side. Apple Pie gets a touch off the top. Leopard there again, but it goes the way of Florida Atlantic. Hammy's going to try to control this. Not going to be able to do so at the midfield line. Shot towards the net that Frisbee's equal to, and it'll be on the left wing. Leopard keeps it in. Hard bounce off the corner. Chance in front for Fanshawe. That's going to bounce in front. In frame right there. Van Ritu ties the game up with 35 seconds to go.
And half the time, you don't need a good shot. You just need to get to it quickly. Apple Pie dunks Bloom, knowing that they just have to keep it in the middle of the field, and Vanry will get that waterfall, gratefully so. A great comeback by Fanshawe, and they have time to do even more damage.
They do. Tons of time left. 33 on the clock, and a Deuce's wild affair. Far side, a little bit too far away for Hammy Crackers, who's on the back end of that. Frisbee waits for this ball to land near him. Apple Pie loses this. Van Ritu. Oh no! Redirected towards his own net, and it goes in. Hammy Crackers gets credit, and it's a 3-2 FAU advantage.
It's balancing out what can you get and what should you get. Vanry's driving at this, knowing that there's a player on the wall. They want to get in the way, but they use their flip at the worst possible moment. Unfortunately, will deflect it all the way back down, and all that hard work might be for nothing. They still have a little bit of time, but they need to make something happen, and they need to happen right now.
100% of the nastiest redirects you'll ever hit go into your own net. That's the welcome to Rocket League. Hammy Crackers is going to try to put this one in the middle. Fanshawe trying to get one more. Frisbee's going to put the nail in the coffin, though. It's bottom right corner of the net, 4-2 advantage, and that's likely how it ends.
Showing a little mechanics here, Hammy. Great job. Yet again, shows why it's so dangerous when you have that weapon in your arsenal. The flip reset, slowing things down just enough, baits 2 defenders, and then flicks it around both of them. Really good showing from Florida Atlantic on offense throughout this game. It got a little shaky on defense. They gave up that comeback, but ultimately, I think the stronger team winning out in game number 1, they just have to be aware of how deadly Fanshawe can be on that counter. We're doing very well in making sure they were staying in that action.
Yeah, very, very good effort really on both sides. Fanshawe found themselves in a bit of a tough spot early on where the attacking team was Florida Atlantic for the majority of the first half of that game. Fanshawe started to get it going with good individual efforts by Vanry to kind of woke them up a little bit, and I expect to see more of a warmed up mechanical showcase amongst these two seemingly very talented teams on the pitch. And Fanshawe, now that they've officially been punched in the mouth, I fully expect them to come back out swinging this game too.
I think it's all about recognizing in that game 1 where your weaknesses were. In the beginning, I really feel like Fanshawe was a little back and forth, and then once that first goal went through, it's almost like they didn't shake it off in time and then immediately got a second one scored in. Once they settled down, I really liked what they had in mind. They were getting solid defense, they were taking their turn on offense, and then when the iron was hot, they struck. They got their goals, and then they just need to focus on downstretch, getting back to that defensive structure. Florida Atlantic, very quick, very smart on what challenge they choose to take, but they're not infallible. I think Fanshawe saw that, and now that you had mentioned once they're warmed up, I think they understand what they need to do. If they get back to that game plan, play the first half of this game like the second half of the last game, I think they're in a good position, and certainly we could see the series tied back up.
Best of series always about adjustments. We'll see how Fanshawe adjusts to how game 1 went in this second game. Blum is going to put this one away from his own net. Fanshawe immediately on the attack on the onset of this second game. Hammy Cracker's good touch, puts Apple Pie in a tough spot. Apple gets the boost, goes after the ball. Tries a dribble play out of his own end, pass in the middle. That's a good one, sent in hard towards the Florida Atlantic net, but not hard enough. That's going to be a redirected shot. Far side for Vanry 2. Perfect accuracy and a 1-0 advantage for Fanshawe.
Vanry's doing a spectacular job of getting contact on this, but notice just how quick they get up for it. It's not the cleanest hit. It's still kind of in the middle. If a goalie was there, they might be able to save it, but it's all about the opportunity. It's an open net on a counterattack, a loose ball deflecting off the side, while what matters is beating the defender too, and Vanry's done that several times now. 100% of the goals for Fanshawe have come through that player right there. And certainly they are carrying the load for Fanshawe, especially now that they have the lead. I'm curious to see if those chops will come out on defense as well.
How aggressive do they get on that defensive side is the question. Vanry 2 a little late to this. FAU puts it deep into Fanshawe end. Touched far side above the crossbar, cleared away. Opportunity for Leopard. Left wing side, dangerous ball to be at. Blum going to work on the pass to Hammy Crackers. Hammy's going to send this one deep. It'll hit the intersection and come down. That's going to hit the intersection again and come down in front of the Fanshawe net. Nothing doing. Blum, far side, looking for the shot. Apple Pie with the save, as it'll be right wing side. Dribble chance here. Hammy Crackers looking for the play. It's going to drop top of the box. More opportunity for FAU to get comfortable in the offensive end. Leopard puts it up the side, and Leopard again with contact to get it back to midfield for the first time in a little while. But FAU really trying to mount an attack here, but good job by Fanshawe keeping the ball more or less out of frame.
Yeah, and it's still mounting a lot of pressure. Eventually, they're going to have to run out of boost. Blum knows this. They're striking, but even with the low shot, they can't get it below, not Leopard. Apple Pie will get another one out into mid, but ultimately this FAU side, they know they have the pressure. They don't want to relinquish it, and as long as they keep the rotations clean, don't overcommit, and don't allow anything too wacky, they should be able to keep this pressure, but the moment they have any hesitation right there, Apple Pie pokes in, and now the rotations can reset.
Rotations and boost can reset as well. This will be right wing side in the FAU end. Carry coming out from Blum. Blum really good mechanically, or so it would seem, off that post, but not Leopard at a tough spot. That's top of the box. The pass is down. Round Wizard is going to be a save from Frisbee, and Apple Pie gets the clear right wing. Blum again, trying to put this one in the mid. Gets a touch. Out top of the box. Chance for Hammy, but a good clear is going to put Fanshawe in a good offensive position now as they try to counter. That's going to be towards the right wing side. Hammy Crackers gets the play towards the back wall. That's touched in the middle again, and Vanry 2 can't put that one home. And back to midfield we go, as it'll be FAU for the chance to clear.
And Heavy Crackers will take this and go for a slow play, baiting in a player, but only get it slightly past, not Leopard back out into mid, so Frisbee trying their own hand at it. With a delayed flip into it, they will be able to get a solid contact at first, but ultimately it's just a clunky enough play. And FAU, they had a lot of possession and they were locking down the midfield, but now that they let that break out, it's hard to reestablish that. I really like the approaches they're taking. They're trying to really get on that backboard, but the follow-up touch isn't quite there. Even the follow-up to the follow-up isn't there. Heavy Crackers unobstructed, just could not find the angle.
Good defensive rotation from Fanshawe at the moment. FAU starting to get involved with the physical play. We saw that on the goal line just a second ago. See if that turns into anything. Chance for Vandery 2. Vandery 2 gets up into the air. Frisbee takes it away immediately off the sidewall. Fanshawe trying to get comfortable again and move the ball into the offensive end. Heat chart would clearly have the ball in the Fanshawe end a majority of this game, but they still hold a slim 1-0 lead. Right wing side, pass in the middle. Hammy Crackers can't get there. Lum going to try to keep it in, and the offense continues for FAU, but another opportunity gone by for the moment. Another bounce shot that Apple Pie comes up, makes a save on. FAU pepper in the wall. They can't get it to count, and this will be another chance for them to clear it away, and they do. Fanshawe back out to the side, and to midfield they go. Now they need another one. This one's off the crossbar. Blum trying to land on top of it. He won't get there. Hammy Crackers flips it in the middle, and finally Fanshawe gets it cleared away, and now they can counter and score. All of that effort turns into a Fanshawe goal, and FAU's kicking themselves at the moment.
Name something more tilting than having this many shots going through. 12 on the board for Florida Atlantic and only 7 saves from Fanshawe. But when they finally get an open goal, they finally tuck it past a defender. It hits the 4th defender, the crossbar and out, and then it turns into a counter. They'll at least get one, so there's some daylight to run into. But Florida Atlantic, that goal had to have felt like an eternity coming.
Yeah, no kidding. After everything that they've been through, the kickoff, that's all it took was a good kickoff for them to be able to get one there. So now a 2-1 advantage for Fanshawe. 38 seconds left, and I think if anyone deserves to tie this game up, it is FAU. But last time I checked, Rocket League doesn't keep track of who deserves it. So we'll see what happens. Frisbee towards the net. That's off the crossbar. Down. It's a save. 30 ticks left in game number 2. 1-0 lead for FAU in this best of 5. Not Leopard towards the sidewall. Hits the intersection and eventually comes down towards that last boost penny. It bounces freely in front of the FAU net. That's a dangerous ball, but Hammy Crackers equal to it. 10 seconds left. Hammy looking to try to get this one in front. Frisbee with the takeaway. This is going to be up the ramp. Chance for them to touch it, maybe in front. The touch back out to Hammy Crackers. He's to keep it in the air, and he cannot. Fanshawe comes back to tie this best of 5 up at 1 apiece. And what a defensive effort from Fanshawe to be able to get that done.
And I'm sure this is something that can be so frustrating when you are Florida Atlantic, is that you had the majority of the pressure. You had a vast majority of the shots, 10 just between Hammy Crackers and Frisbee alone. But then you finally get a goal, but it's just off a kickoff and you can't get it to go. On the other hand, Fanshawe, I wouldn't necessarily say this is a confidence-building game. They did get the victory, but they were on the back half for most of it. But ultimately, even if it's an ugly win, it's still a game win. You can build off of this. And they've looked highly competent on offense on those counters. So I think they can actually look forward and say, as long as this defense holds, we're fine. They really need to make sure the boost levels up. But to be honest, that was a defensive masterclass at times from Fanshawe.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. They were able to keep their boost in check for the most part. And if they want to be counterpunchers in this series, they're more than welcome to do that as long as it works for them. But it's just a matter of, if you're FAU, you got to be careful not to overstretch in the offensive end, because you can be hurt in a real big hurry.
It's definitely something to keep your eye on. And you'd mentioned that boost gathering from Fanshawe. One of the most crucial things about getting those defensive rotations is knowing that you're getting your corner boost stolen. So you just have to grab pads, 12 boosts at a time, to keep yourself in the mix. And they were. And beyond that, getting some fantastic goal line saves, and not just putting it back in the middle, putting it to the corner, buying them a little bit more time to get that pad, get that clear out, and consolidate the rotation. Is that the strategy for the next game? We'll have to see. Fanshawe certainly would like to live more out in the midfield, but they got to win under the belt. From there, they can build a foundation.
See what they can do. Frisbee on the kick. Not Leopard gets it into FAU end, but FAU, again, right back on the attack. The rotations were pristine, talking about Fanshawe, for a majority of that game. Rotations on defense anyway. See if they can continue that. That's the first shot of the game from FAU, and it comes by way of Blum. Save on the goal line. Still another opportunity coming in. You mentioned putting it into the corners off of a tight defensive save. That was important as FAU had to waste more time getting it towards the net to set up their next offensive attack, and that's key. That's in front. Chance for Blum, far side, they score. FAU gets the first strike in game 3, and it's a long time coming.
It's not a bad touch by Apple Pie, but Leopard is in the no-man land of thinking they should go out forward and then going back, and it's just a little too late. They don't get that post-rotation. Blum is showing something that Fanshawe showed them in game number 1. As long as you get to that pass quickly on every single deflection off that backboard, even if it's not the best angle, you can make anything dangerous. That 1-0 lead must feel so good after that barrage they put on game number 2. And now I'm looking at Fanshawe. Can you mount yet another comeback, but this time make it a successful one?
This will be into that corner, not Leopard. Loses it to Frisbee. Gets the back wall. Blum is in the area. Blum gets the ball put above him. Van Ritu, who has every goal for Fanshawe at the moment in this series. This will be towards the right wing side. Blum is there. He actually misses the ball. Frisbee's got a turn, puts it in the air. He'll try the mechanical play. Up in the air, Van Ritu takes it away. Blum left wing side. That's a ground wizard that Apple Pie will take care of. And back deep into their own end is Florida Atlantic as they regroup defensively and try to move it back to midfield.
Bumped around Van Ritu. They're trying their look off the backboard. Not Leopard's not going to get to this. Hammy into the corner again. So Apple Pie, third rotation through, will get beat. They're doing a decent job of at least being able to follow up, but ultimately that attack will fizzle out before it really began. And I do like how Fanshawe does look a bit more confident to pick each other out across the field. And they have indeed found each other yet again. Apple Pie, though, that shot left a lot to be desired. One of the better opportunities they've had is going to go by the wayside.
Oh, that's going to be a great counterattack as well. This starts actually back Blum on the other side with the defensive demo. He's done that twice this series where he'll thwart an offensive attack from a demo. An immediate counterattack puts Hammy Crackers in a great position to find the bottom corner of the net. 2-0 lead for FAU.
Yeah, and honestly, I was looking at that. I didn't expect that power. And from my camera angle, it looked like they were still trying to chase that read down, but they got just enough the corner of the car. Maximum power generated, even with players flailing at it on Fanshawe, they can't get any bumper on it. Might get even worse before it gets better. Frisbee gets a pass on a dish served right in front of them, and they're not going to miss from there.
Yeah, no, that's a great assist from Hammy Crackers. Off the back, knows exactly where his teammate's at, and you see two Fanshawe players in the immediate area. I believe Blum had something to do with that. More physical play from him. He's playing as a sub on this roster, but he's been very good in this series so far. Fanshawe trying to get one back. Chance towards the net. Middle of the net. Frisbee comes across and makes a gorgeous save and gets it into the corner. FAU back the other way. Off the back. Saved away from Van Ritu. Doesn't get the boost. Watch that going forward. Not Leopard gets a touch. Down to Apple Pie. Not great. Blum is there. That's a pass. Trying to finish it on the other side. And that was very close. Apple Pie comes up with a real nice save as we come across halftime in game number 3. That's in front. And another one slammed home by Frisbee. He's got a couple in this game, and it's a 4-0 lead.
And now you're really starting to see how defense is so crucial in everyone performing their job without flaws. The moment a miss comes in, it's a slight opener for the goal. On transition, someone doesn't get to the backboard quick enough, and it's a pass into Frisbee for goal number 3. Florida Atlantic is getting back to what they were hoping to accomplish in game number 2. This time, Fanshawe is just a tiny bit disheveled and can't get to the reads that they're trying to get to, and Florida Atlantic is starting to eat them up. This is really what they had to feel like game number 2 should have been. They're still racking up a lot of shots. Right now, 5 for 12, and I'm not going to sneeze at a shooting percentage like that.
Yeah, that's a great pass down from Frisbee as well that put it right on the back burner for Blum. Just a nice little redirect off the wheels. Knows he's going to cut the speed of the ball when he gets it off of the wheels and gets it down to the ground. Puts Blum in a great opportunity to slam it home. But FAU, you said a defensive masterclass by Fanshawe 1 game ago. It's been a defensive masterclass on finishing in game 3. That's exactly what FAU has done since this game started.
Yeah, and I think the one thing that speaks to me most is just how much the game has opened. And I think as we've talked about Fanshawe having to warm up in game number 1, and they looked a little bit better, but maybe still on the back foot. This is what Florida Atlantic is doing when everything is clicking. These passes all have purpose. They're following it with a lot of pace, and even on defense, like these long balls, they have someone challenging it, and they're still being able to make Fanshawe really have to work for every single shot. They're not just content with winning. They really want to make a statement in this game that they're going to go up on match point. It's really up to Fanshawe to force them into mistakes and really not rely on just those breakaways that happened in game number 2.
Oh, that's a big miss defensively, and Frisbee's going to take advantage as FAU piles on yet another one, 6-0, and they're likely going to take a 2-1 series lead when this is all done.
And it's a classic example of just having to forget this game ever happened, move on to the next one, because when it rains, it pours. Sometimes you're trying to get a simple catch, but you're already beaten down so much in a game that you miss a touch and you're thinking to yourself, well, of course, that must be happening, especially in a game like this. It's really gotten away from them, but it's really something that you really just have to put behind you because, yes, you've lost this game, but you've shown that you can hang in there. It's just that now that Florida Atlantic is really clicking, you can't allow those tiny mistakes, those misses on the backboards, those missed catches, and all those things get gobbled up, and really shows the depth of the collegiate scene. We're playing two teams that aren't necessarily the best known in their program, but Florida Atlantic just gobbling up every opportunity like they're a D1 squad.
Very, very nicely done from them, and they're completely negating the counterattack ability of Fanshawe for the most part as well. FAU's burying their opportunities and not letting Fanshawe get the rushes downfield. That's a big key to the lack of Fanshawe offense. This will be Apple Pie trying to get a chance in front. Doesn't get as far as the top of the box, but no farther. And back this way comes FAU. Apple Pie going to take possession. Taken away, Van Ritu loses it. Frisbee looking for another one. Nearly had it. Apple Pie with the clear to come down to the last 21 seconds of game at number 3. It will be a 2-1 series lead for Florida Atlantic University when this is all said and done. Fanshawe, they've been kicked in the mouth again. We'll see where the adjustments are at as Hammy Crackers adds the 7th goal of the game with 9 seconds left in game 3.
Well, the mythical Brazil is set up for, but I don't really think Florida Atlantic will care one way or the other. They have done everything right, and they've gotten rewarded for it. Throwing the ball in dangerous positions, getting on top of it, and hitting it just hard enough that it's not going to be an easy save. A couple times game number 2, we talked about how well Fanshawe was playing, but there were a couple shots I really wished I saw more of from Florida Atlantic. Shots that were going into the top shelf and not a roller on the ground, trying to flick it at target instead of just trying to pick a corner perfectly. Getting a shot on target, even if you think it's still going to be saved, is still more valuable because it forces the defender to jump, use that boost, and take them out of the immediate rotation. Whereas I think this game shows what happens when you really get those opportunities and place them with power and purpose. And it get really out of hands for Fanshawe. So I think taking this full minute, just get your breath back and understand, okay, games are won, or rather series are won one game at a time, is probably the most crucial fact they need to hold on to right now.
The midfield battle clearly being won by FAU as well. Fanshawe would try to clear. FAU would be all over where the ball is at the midfield line and be able to send it back in with relative ease and start the process over again. That was a pretty vicious cycle for Florida Atlantic, and Fanshawe really didn't have an answer in this game 3. Once FAU started winning those battles and getting the balls to each other rather than just firing it at the back wall every single time, it was no dice for Fanshawe on defense, who were running around like chickens with their heads cut off.
And sometimes you do get overwhelmed, and there's no shame in that. That's just what happens when you have no boost, you have no rotation, you're trying to get back into things, and the other team is not leaving you alone. Sometimes teams rotate all the way back, grab some boost, and then come all the way back up. What's really good about what Florida Atlantic is doing is staggering that. If some players going all the way back, they have at least 2 players somewhere in the midfield or further up to still keep pressure. So even if they don't have all 3 players in the mix, they at least have enough players to kick it back in. That can be so brutal for a defense to deal with, and you can see the end result there in that last game. So with a fresh 5 minutes, very curious to see if Fanshawe is going to be broken by that last game or if it's just the start of potentially a series going to game 5.
Could be a start of a nice comeback if things go their way. Frisbee, though, is going to put Florida Atlantic on the track to maybe ending this series in 4 games.
Where all these touches were so crisp before, Apple Pie goes up for this, I think almost trying to 50 it in the air, not even get the read. It just bounces straight into the midfield. The follow-up shot doesn't give them a lot to work with either. It goes straight back in the mid again, and a good team will bury those. Frisbee sees the opportunity, knows they just have to get it on target, and they do it well. So as they hope for a better outcome, Fanshawe, they just, again, gave up a very quick goal. So want them to put the nose to the grind, so to focus up on really securing that midfield. I think they can have good things happen, but of course they could take some charity as well. That was a lob in the midfield, but unfortunately they're just not quick enough to grab it.
That'll be a chance for Hammy Crackers up towards the right wing side. Florida Atlantic 1 win away from staying undefeated and going to 3-0 in Swiss play. Not Leopard with a nice save. Hammy Crackers gets possession, doesn't get it over Van Ritu. Plum works the pass into the middle. Frisbee's there. Hammy Crackers is as well. Hammy with the catch. puts it off the nose, has Blum waiting in the middle. The flip reset's a good one. Another touch off the back. One more touch needed in front. Not going to happen. Apple Pie loses the ball, though. Frisbee can't slam it home. Demo in front of that orange net, or of the Fanshawe net, and this will be cast aside into the corner. And left wing side we remain, as it will be a chance for Vandery to get it cleared and knocked away. Florida Atlantic not resting on their laurels, though, as this will be into the Fanshawe corner once more. Pass in the middle. Another chance. Far side, and eventually a clear back to midfield where Hammy Crackers will wait.
Now Vandery has a chance to do something with this. They're going to throw into the ceiling, and a demos might pave the way. Apple Pie, they curve around it so much, but so well, in fact, that it goes to the far post and wide. A good opportunity, but they're going to come few and far between, especially the way Florida Atlantic is playing. But slow play might be able to open things up. They're trying still to pass, and I really appreciate the effort. They're going to have to keep on searching. Not a desperate bid quite yet. They got 3 minutes and a 1-goal lead, but that could change at any moment. Blum with such a tantalizingly slow shot, and the defender can't keep up.
In baseball, they call that an off-speed pitch, just changing the pace of where that was going to be. If he puts that any faster, then Not Leopard probably has a chance to save that, but instead he just flies right by. Great play to put that one in. 2-0 lead with just over 3 minutes left.
And right now, Fanshawe needs to really balance out how they want to play. When they got behind it before, what really worked for them is not panicking, not trying to throw every single person forward on every attack. Take your time, pick your shots, and then when you build enough pressure, you can strike. How about this from Vandery? A brilliant save by Frisbee. Not Leopard just trying to keep it in the middle, but they can only get a slight touch, so it's not going to be enough. And I like what I'm seeing from Fanshawe. They're not getting too desperate. It's really just trying to dial that in as you go on. Once it gets down to a really dire waning seconds of the game, then try to throw everything forward.
It's in front of their own net right now. Still a dangerous spot. Opportunity for Vandery too. Puts it ahead of him, but it's too far. Frisbee tries to put it off his own spoiler. There's a bump in the offensive end. Again, Blum making things happen on the physical play. Trying to drop this down. That was dangerous. Hammy Crackers has to defer back to net, and Blum just across midfield will get the contact and a good challenge to get it back into the Fanshawe end. Another touch off the corner. Tries to bounce it in the middle for Frisbee. Frisbee jumps into the corner himself. Right wing side. Hammy Crackers will defer, give chase in his own end. Up the back while he goes. He'll work on a clear. He's going to drop down in front of him. The pinch play is a great one, and Blum may have a perfect opportunity, but it's taken away from him, and Blum will get the demo instead as we play with 100 seconds to go.
And Blum's not done. They got another demo in the back end. That's why this looked as open as it is. Hammy Crackers putting goal number 3, and every single player on Florida Atlantic having a goal to their name, and the entire squad is really cruising now. Fanshawe, now they are in a pure desperation mode. Not even a 2-minute drill, 90 seconds to try to mount the comeback of their lives.
See if they can do it. 1:35 to go. Blum trying to put the nail in the coffin. Frisbee's there as well. Has the angle and he scores, and that likely will do it with 90 seconds to go in game 4.
You can see the psychology on display here. Apple Pie and Vandery get the save, and they both turn because they know that they've been shut down so often. This is what the advantage of playing fast is. It forces your opponents to adjust to you, and right there, they made a save. There wasn't an immediate follow-up that either of them could cover, but because they both went, it results in a wide open shot that will just trickle on in. If there's insurance before, then now they just have quite the premium that they're paying up now for Florida Atlantic. Even on defense now, taking a page out of Fanshawe's book. Goal line stops, and looks like they're looking for another clean sheet.
Yeah, they are indeed. And they're going to add some more on the other end as well with 74 seconds left. Frisbee adds another. And this is going to be a definitely dominant 2-1, 3-1 win for Florida Atlantic, and they will stay at 3-0, or they'll go to 3-0, and a 2-1 for Fanshawe in the Swiss. They're not by any stretch out of competition as far as the Swiss goes. They just end up taking their first loss of league play, but Florida Atlantic in a real good spot to continue really dominant showings. Their mechanics and rotation have been very good in this series, just about all the way through.
Yeah, and one thing I do like about this team is even in the game lost, I wasn't seeing any major structural issues. Normally when I watch teams at this level or trying to coordinate with each other, they struggle down the stretch mainly just because they're not really on the same page. I feel like all of the gears are turning in the right directions. They're meshing with each other well, and I think it bodes well down the season. We've seen them get a first victory, and then they were able to struggle a bit, but then even within that loss, they were getting a majority of the shots, and if not for some fantastic defending, probably would have taken that game as well. And now it's just really the offense has come home to roost. They're getting the shots that they need, and it's looking very good for them. Very excited to see this team and how they progress.
15 seconds to go, and FAU may try to add one more. Some mechanics coming down, and that is going to be cast aside. But that is going to do it for week 3 for both of these rosters. Florida Atlantic comes up with a very good 3-1 win. Apple Pie going to add one for the road to make a 5-1 scoreline for game 4, I should say. But a good showing from FAU to get themselves the win as they stay undefeated in Swiss League play.
The biggest thing I was talking to them about is that the inability to finish is the worst possible thing that a team can be confronted with, and they really did remedy that down the stretch. And of course, you can look at that and say, well, you're shooting 5 for 14. Is that much better? If you're scoring 5 goals in any game, I think you're doing plenty. I don't care how many shots you have. This is just a great showing that as long as you can just push the game forward and really keep it on a half, there's no real need to fix anything else because you're just constantly stealing that boost and controlling the pace of that game. But once they get a team, I think they can better challenge them in that aspect of play. I think we'll be seeing a closer series with Florida Atlantic. They started a little bit slow, held some losses, but then from there it was just all gravy, it seemed.
Very, very good showing from Florida Atlantic, and also a decent showing from Fanshawe. They had some good stuff in this series as well. Their defense was on tap for game number 2, and they were able to counterattack their way to a win in that one. Florida Atlantic, though, they finally found the groove in game number 3 and carried it to a very dominant game 4 win as well. Working on possibly having a conversation with one of the players from Florida Atlantic here in the moment. But before we do that, let's have a message from our friends over at Lenovo. Lenovo Legion knows you play to win. To stand out from the competition, you need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers wins in the toughest, most critical situations with its extreme 1 millisecond response time to its insane 240 hertz refresh rate. The Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, but does a lot more. Built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at the tournament level, the Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch FHD IPS panel with built-in NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility. Legion Y25 monitors available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers. Working on that conversation with one of Florida Atlantic's players. We'll have that in just a moment for you. Stay right here. It's ECAC Week 3 on ECAC Sports.
Do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little. My God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big. The only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine. Now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got 2 bit. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch ahead. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head.
What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
And then
I find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up.
And welcome back into post-game coverage of ECAC Week 3 Rocket League. Florida Atlantic University takes out Fanshawe by a count of 3-1 in the best-of-5 series to keep themselves undefeated and send Fanshawe to 2-1. I'm Curtis. I'm along with Danger Taco, and we now jump into a post-game conversation with one of the members of Florida Atlantic who had some pretty dominant showings all the way through. We are here with Frisbee. He's not on camera, but he is with us. Trust me. Frisbee, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good. Okay, so give me your thought processes through that series. How much did Game 2 kind of take you off a little bit? That you guys continued pounding the wall a bit and eventually getting shots on net, but just couldn't break through the barrier. And then how satisfying was Game 3?
Yeah, so Fanshawe honestly has one of the best defenses I've ever seen playing in the college scene from, CRL quals last week. But dude, their defense was insane. So we just needed to take higher quality shots, in my opinion. Try to get some bumps and demos. Blum, our sub, did a really, really good job with that. And Game 2 actually really made us mad. Like, we were pounding and just couldn't get it one. So it frustrated us. And Game 1 went pretty smoothly, and so we were very confused. But our coach in our VC said, "Calm down. You guys are good. Refocus and do what we need to do with those higher quality shots." And it showed in Game 3s and 4.
And that's actually the thing that I was actually about to ask, is that some collegiate teams are starting to implement the usage of a coach into the kind of collegiate ecosystem for your players. And of course, you get games like 2 and they get frustrating. Have you noticed really with a coach, do you think that helps the play and be able to help you refocus when you do get into situations where it's like you're trying absolutely everything and it's just not working out?
Absolutely. Getting an outside perspective, especially when you're so focused on winning and you want to do the best you can. And it's frustrating to, take so many shots and then just save it like it's nothing. So getting him to say, okay, you guys need to calm down. You guys need to refocus and do what you need to do and take those high quality shots. And, we talked about a couple other tactics I'm not allowed to say, but it's huge to have that fourth man almost just calm down. You guys got this. Play like you guys can play, and then we can move on.
You guys definitely did that. No doubt about that. You mentioned Blum a little while ago as your sub. He has not missed a week of gameplay. I don't know if I'd count him as a actual sub anymore. But at the same time, he has really he really has a nice impact on your guys' roster. But something I was noticing of him, is it by design that he's going for the physical play like he does? Is that something that was coached of him, or is that something that he's doing naturally?
I would say that's just something he does naturally. With me and Hammy, we're both very, very high aggressive players, and we need to have someone to clear it out, especially against a team that's so defensive. We need someone to get in there and just focus on. And our third man, whoever it was, me, Hammy, we just needed to be aware that he was going for those bumps. So if we were to go for a shot and the Great Wall of Fanshawe just happened to block it, then yeah, we had to be very careful. But I think it's just a natural thing when it implements into our gameplay.
Fair enough.
So when I watch those games, one thing that I really tried to applaud for you guys, and it's not really just trying to kind of just come up with some compliment. And one thing that I really spoke to me is that I watched hundreds of hours of collegiate play and tried to go through replays and things to look at how teams play. And I was really struck by the fact that you guys were rotating fairly cleanly. I never felt like you had a double commit in an area or you guys were leaving large canyons of space open. It was really just when you were over aggressing in game number 2, which I can feel like I understand. But do you guys really try to work at and try to figure out those clean rotations and your work on your communications to make sure you weren't bumping into each other, or is that just like natural chemistry?
Oh man, you have no idea. So our comms were like starting from week 1 were very, very bad. Like when we get frustrated, we start to go silent, or when we're focusing too hard, we start to go silent just because we're trying to focus. But in those times, it's the most crucial to keep saying what you're doing, talk, being aware of our surroundings, because if we don't, then that high aggressive gameplays becomes into a counter for the other team. And that's where you saw in game 2 how they just hunked down, then countered us once we, fell into that trap. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay. No, it was really, really good stuff from you guys. You had a very, very good 4-game win in the best of 5 against Fanshawe, and you probably deserved the sweep the way you guys played. But Fanshawe, again, really good defense in game 2, thwarted that. Good luck in week 4 and beyond for the ECAC League and your future endeavors in Collegiate Rocket League and in your life. Thank you very much, Frisbee, for the time, and we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yep, absolutely. All right. Is going to conclude the Rocket League version of ECAC coverage for week 3. For Danger Taco, I am Curtis saying goodbye and goodnight. We're going to be heading over to Overwatch after a quick break, so stay right there. We've got Overwatch week 3 from ECAC coming up just after. Thank you from Rocket League. We will see you another time.
On the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch ahead. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic.
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big. Foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore. I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big. Foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth years and years. Promised my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promised my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Hello and welcome, Overwatch fans. We are here live with the week 3 of the ECAC. That's the ECAC Esports regular season. I'm FBI Tugboat. I'm here with my man LaFawn. Other way. I always do that. Here with my man LaFawn. And we got Colton, Scoots out there producing away and making our jobs as casters just so much easier. LaFawn, got a lot of Overwatch action here tonight, don't we?
Yeah, just a quick aside before we get into the actual game itself, because it's fabulous that's going to be. At this point, we should just like point randomly, right? Because the production, and just hope that we're going the right way. So, Tugboat, it's good to see you up there. But that being said, we got to talk, of course, about the match ahead of us directly because it's going to be a good one, right? We have a strong team in RPI. Obviously, they are our champions from last season. So definitely stuff on the line here, both undefeated as well. And as we get a look at map number 1 of our series, as we all start off on Control. It is going to be a quick look here at our map selection in terms of the series. And of course, map number 1 will be Lijiang Tower. So, there's not really much to be a surprise there in terms of the pick out, I don't think, Tugboat. But, it's a good place to begin our series.
Good taste in these collegiate players. Speaking of collegiate, this is the Illinois Wesleyan University taking on the Rensselaer, I almost messed it up, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. For the grace of your casters, this will be henceforth referred to as Illinois and RPI. I fear for myself for trying to say those in like mid-game in the play-by-play and whatnot.
Yeah, it's going to be an adventure in and of itself, right? But no, speaking, of course, about the two teams themselves, we got to talk about getting into the game in just a moment, of course, as soon as the players are ready. But let's talk a little bit about what we expect here from these two squads, both undefeated, of course, as we get set for this 2-0 squads mirroring up against each other. And I think in terms of map number 1, this is something that you'll hear a lot when it comes to Control, high-paced. It often sets the tempo for the game, right? Because it's very fast-paced gameplay. It really revolves around two teams going head-to-head with the objective kind of being ancillary to the action in a majority of the case. So you can kind of see that tempo being set up from the series off the bat, and I think that's what we're going to expect from both these squads, especially considering, as we said, that they are both currently undefeated.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of the undefeated here, talking a little bit more about this format. Of course, we're looking at a Swiss format. Both of these teams 2-0. And in case you're new to the Swiss format, what that means is that week to week, there is no set school versus school schedule is teams with the same records, the similar records playing against each other for, I believe, 8 or 9 weeks. We'll get a confirm on exactly how many weeks, but this is week 3, so we're still definitely towards the beginning of the fun.
Yeah, exactly. And, getting set to get into the game right now as we are headed into Lijiang Tower. Talking about that early stage, right? Getting that advantage early on is a big deal, right? Because especially with how Swiss runs, if you can stay undefeated, the longer you stay undefeated, the higher up you are obviously going to be considered. So we are headed into Night Market as map number 1. It is going to be a dive composition versus rush. Illinois, of course, running the Reinhardt Diva. Torbjorn out as well. Meanwhile, RPI bringing up the aerial superiority with the Pharah. Tugboat, you're underway. The point unlocks at 15. These teams are rolling.
Yeah, already at it right here. A little injection from Spitfire first. Bigfoot now kind of getting chased down right here, having to use the jets to get out of danger quickly. Back to it. A lot dedicated over to that run right there. And in the middle of it, Illinois has now taken a whole lot of damage. Trying to get back to it as ECAC, Funman both falling on this one. Illinois Wesleyan might be getting battered from this Pharah up top, but have taken the point for right now.
They are going to get the point initially, but I believe with this many players going down, it's going to be a short-lived salvo, as this is going to be flipping back over to RPI. And I mean, Illinois, the issue that they have here, of course, is the composition they're running is the rush composition based around the fact they need to get to the objective, kind of gain control. RPI prevent them from doing that. They get the pick off on the flank, and that heralds the swap across the board. Now going to the Somber Tracer, high dive composition from Illinois. Trying to get that hack off, ideally onto either the Pharah Diva or Wrecking Ball, just making vulnerable targets.
There's the way it starts. Spitfire again in the front. Diving in his Codex, taking nasty purple, puts that bubble shield down to negate most of that effect. Now pushing on to the Diva here. Really close RPI is to taking this at the very end. Throughout all of that, they got about, 95%, something like this. In the middle of things, ECAC doing what Tracers do. Spitfire still alive right here, but all shall fall for RPI. Illinois all over this.
Yeah, a small commit from RPI is they give the minefield over, but not too much else. And, a good read from Illinois indeed, as they have the re-aggression. They don't play the rush composition, which is vulnerable to the Pharah. They instead switch over the high mobility and kind of just go for broke. And in fact, they get the pick off and win out the fight. Now, though, the re-attack is available. Both support ultimates online from Illinois. They're going to want to stall this one out as long as possible to get value or the Coalescence and Sound Barrier.
Yeah, while they have this, want to take as much as they can. Getting down to it, RJ out, and all of that gets eaten by this defense matrix. That's about as good as it gets for Flash Fatal. Self-destruct out, not going to take anything there. Now mech back and more. This is an Illinois squad almost full up and ready to take this fight. First death is Spitfire as well. Usually harder to take out these wrecking balls, and now investing the nano boost as well. Everybody dropping ults on this one. Diva Mech out. Diva Mech finding 2. Illinois Wesleyan just like that. Done, dusted, deleted, and sent back to respawn to think about their mistakes.
Yeah, it's going to be the late stall here, I should say, from Illinois, as RPI will flip it over. The ult cycle from the defensive end of Illinois was a little out of step. Ideally, you want to open up with a Coalescence to get that initial boost of healing and damage throughput, right? Instead, it was the closing ultimate. That meant that RPI had already won the fight by the time it was committed. Coupled with the barrage, coupled with the nano boost, it was just too much for Illinois to kind of sustain through. And now they're going for the quick EMP here, Tugboat, but it's already been a trade.
Yeah, DPS for DPS. Both teams fighting 5-5 for right now. Flashfield taken to the skies, chasing down this Mercy, and finding that one all day long. Main support, but still with one left. Zobo actually on fire there in the back, now providing lots of healing support there. Attempted flash out against the Sombra, not going to be too much. There's just simply too much damage coming through these 2 choke points right now in the Fawn.
Yeah, the flip also comes through for Illinois, so despite the Moira going down, it's still not quite over yet. And late stages, though, as they're heading up to the 9% mark here, are Illinois.
Yeah, the sound barrier invested from Flum X right there. Maybe a little bit late again, so support ultimates on the side of Illinois.
Yeah, they're gonna turn this one over here, but it is gonna be the last fight territory for this map actually as a result, because at 75% and counting, this next fight win will spell the stage for either squad. Looking in, Declan trying to get a pulse bomb stick to prevent the initial aggression. It's all about getting to the objective and playing off the back of this self-destruct for Illinois. They need to sustain late. Good pulse bomb early though.
There's a stick, and then more onto Codex there in the thick of things. Self-destruct taking down Mercy here for RPI. No Valkyrie for the time being. RJ moving inside. Very low right now, and just little anti-aircraft guns as Flash Fatal falls as well, taking out that Diva mech as it goes over the side. No opportunity to fly in. Now, speaking of flying, that's Aqua Boost getting there, and that's just in the nick of time, but not enough to keep Bigfoot alive. The onslaught of damage right now from Wesleyan is probably going to be to prove too much.
Yeah, that is going to be the round flipping over here. Pulse Bomb just to make sure that the Resurrect does not stay for too long. As flipped over, it's the EMP to close things out, and this is going to be round 1 heading over to Illinois.
99 to 100, as close as it gets.
It does indeed, and for RPI, you know, there's a couple of fights that they wish had kind of gone their way, especially with the fact that they close out the round with ultimates available in their bank. So credit to Illinois for recognizing the win conditions established to them. It's a self-destruct out of the spawn to commit that fight down the Mercy. There's no ability to undo that particular pick, obviously, and then they're able to flood onto the objective to get the flip over in their favor. Strong team tactics from Illinois gives them the round win there, but we head now to Garden. And Farah can be a bigger threat here for sure, especially with how much aerial cover there is and mobility available to RJ, specifically for RPI.
Good Pachi. Good Pachimari. Now the change on over to the Reaper. Not against this. They're still keeping the core of what Illinois was looking at earlier. I also really like this RJ Farah up top, and committing to the dual main support here. Shots out. Distributing damage right now is RJ, trying to look in away and edgewise. So far, a little bit of a retreat from members of Wesley, and now we have a split squad right here. And yeah, just instant death as soon as these Pharaohs touch the ground. Classic all there. Hacks more attempted out. Doesn't quite find it as Fundman kept getting interrupted there in the middle. Little spin to stall, maybe not to win. RPI coming out, no, excuse me, Wesleyan coming out on top right now.
And I mean, it does happen the Farah goes down in that first fight, but Illinois is not actually playing to counter Farah. They're actually playing to counter out the ground kind of targets, right? Put a lot of pressure onto the tanks, make the supports lives miserable, and then kind of ignore the Farah as a sort of tacit admission that it's not really the point of this. They're going to skirmish here early. It's going to draw their Moira down, and this has actually gone for a little bit awkward for Illinois here in the early stages of this fight.
Gonna be hard for Flummox now, getting back here and not having the healing onto his squad. That's actually incredibly impressive given that Wesleyan recognized this. Snowbus will be coming back with the rest here soon. There's only just so much in the old banks here. Snowbus now back, getting that in, and what a boost! RPI earning this one all day long.
Yeah, it's going to be a good retake here from Illinois, or from RPI, pardon me. Illinois with a little bit of a step outside the boundaries of the composition that they're kind of running. You know, I said that the idea is to not deal with the Farah. You kind of have to just ignore the Farah Mercy and go for the 4 players left on the ground. And instead, they do try and duel out the Farah, which means that the Wrecking Ball is able to go in the back line, and they're able to trade out onto the Moira, just giving them the health advantage, giving RPI the health advantage. Now the barrage is in play. They're on the defensive end. They're going to go in aggressively.
That's a lot deleted right off the top as well, and given that RJ lived through it, that's a W all day long. Self-destruct over the top. Now here's the Coalescence invested as well. Self-destruct taking out the Mercy right now. The Zobo having his work cut out for them. RPI still here, and the Nano Boost now invested as well, and ended. Self-destruct over the top. This should be easily dodged. It looks like Wesleyan has held on for the time being. Aqua Boost coming back to this one and investing with Valkyrie, so a lot ultimate-wise for RPI and more.
Point hasn't flipped over. This is a fine fight to keep stalling out here for RPI.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, yeah, it's all about time. This is control. Be on board with Echo because he looks for that Tracer Bomb. Now here comes a Primal Rage on Codex. Spinning in the middle, trying to interrupt this. Taking a lot. Sacrificing the body on top of these Wrecking Ball nades. There's the res as well, getting it on top. Is Mercy playing the role perfectly, but in the end, it looks like Wesleyan are all set and done. Just Bigfoot left, I believe. That's gonna be enough. You hate to see the reload.
Yeah, that is a very, very good hold there from RPI, though. Recognizing they still had the control of the objective, they keep cycling in ultimates, meaning they extend now to that 85% mark. And Illinois had to commit all their ultimates just to lose that fight. They're going to have the EMP, but it's going to have to be a big one, and they're going to have to win the fight cleanly off of it. Eyes on RJ here as it plays the Farah up in close. Barrage could just shut everyone down right away.
In the back, that's a stick, and onto Flummox. Codex falling as well with the ability of support, and all shall fall. This is going to be one of our first team kill bills. We're not going to get it. Funman got away.
Yeah, but it is going to be the round regardless, as it's contest not likely here for Illinois, and in fact, off the map goes Flummox as they get the round loss here. 1-1 as we head into Control Center on Lijiang Tower. A much, much stronger effort from RPI in the ult control, in the mid-fight read in terms of understanding of point percentage in round number 2. Again, it does come down to the fact that they're unable to get the elimination onto the stall target, which then buys time for the re-aggression in terms of ultimate usage from RPI, and as a result, they don't give over the objective, and in Control, that's kind of the name of the game.
Exactly, yeah. Kills are nice. Points on the board is even better. I think sometimes, like, you know, Lee Jung's so popular, I think he can get lost in the inside and sometimes not pay attention to how beautiful the outside really is. I know I
This is
sometimes.
interesting. Speaking of the inside, running the double shield composition in close. The Reinhardt's going to be earlier, and that means the shield's not going to be able to set up properly, so you should be giving the advantage to Illinois right away.
Funman in the back line, doing a great job at playing that nuisance character. Saw that earlier as well. Looking to get in the thick of things as well. Focus fire onto this Hanzo. RJ not able to stay alive through that. Microwave on. Can't eat that as a Sigma. Charging more. Codex and Funman. This team fight was looking to go on for a little while longer. Not going to happen.
Yeah. The composition around RPI is sort of designed to be at range, sort of supposed to keep you at range, but they don't teleport out of spawn, so that means they're back to the fight late. Illinois gets in the back line, and their brawl is just superior. They're going to go directly into the next fight as they open up the amplification matrix, just away to RPI from walk to full.
Unless I'm wrong, Funman actually didn't take a single point of damage through there, which almost never happens. Dragon's vested down the middle, mostly for zoning issues. Wesleyan's happy for it. Well, quick move back for right now. Shattered down. Codex takes almost everything in the middle of that. Finds one, charge out, takes the corner, but not a player. 35% now or so for Illinois as they've dropped 1-2, now 3. Echoic down as well. The RPI onslaught proves too much.
Definitely a greedy play from Illinois that does not pay off, as RPI just waits. Right, let the opposition walk into us, and then we'll sustain with our superior health pools, which works out perfectly. And now RPI are in a position of control. This composition is designed to kind of hold down an area, and you can see pulling up super aggressively, walking through double shield is very, very difficult. Add to that, the Gravitic Flux is online as well.
That made that a lot easier with Echoic's ball right here. A lot invested on the point. Funman trying to find a way in edgewise in the back. That is way easier said than done. Lot through the middle. Funman finds one. RPI now down 5-6. Res coming in. That's invested from Aqua Boost. Fantastic placement in this position because we've seen this player thus far. Funman still back in the thick of things. Sometimes it can be hard to follow these Doomfist players. Charge out. Almost finds that dive just immediately beforehand. Snowfist finding that with a headshot as well. Wesleyan coming out on top for right now.
Good read, and the fight all starts off with Echoic using the Photon Barrier to bisect the objective, right? You can ignore the shields if you have the protection of your own, right?
Yep.
So just walk past, and then of course Funman running Havoc in the backline with the ultimate as well as the cycle cooldowns of their abilities. Now Illinois back in control, Earthshatter nearly online again. Of course, when walking in with the shields, you gotta give the Reinhardt so much more respect.
Codex looking for it. Speaking of respect, that's 99. There's the 100. Now, at least painting a back play for right now. During that, the Cylinder 76 to Clan falling right now, fighting 5-6, but not willing to get this one up quite yet. That gets 3 right here, all the way around our Rover, and that's gonna be enough. 82-83. Not sure. Given that this team fight is still going on, that's gonna be enough time for RPI to come back to this.
Big combo here is gonna get 2. Slam them back down into the Dragons, and that's both supports gone.
That's me speaking too soon, perhaps. Getting back to it, RJ. Just picking heads and finding them.
It is going to be the last fight here, and you know, I mean, it's a case where you don't actually expect to see that play happen very frequently, but Illinois getting a little too aggressive. They don't recognize the threat that is online from the ultimates for RPI, and Spitfire brings them up into the sky. RJ sets them down into the Dragons, who feast quite mightily now into the last fight, or to the 50% mark, I should say, for RPI. Illinois going to attempt to do the same tactic walking in with the photon barrier. This time, RPI giving the respect that it deserves.
Give them a lot of space in this one. They know what they can take with even an inch. Rotating through the middle. Smart plays, like just enclosing this team fight so much more through here. So now here's the sound barrier and speed boost and more. Funman getting to it. Main support down. Aqua boost. The only support left on RPI. Got this team fight, one that they cannot lose. That's a main tank down as well, but Echo is falling. Huge source of damage. There's self-destruct and more. That's going to be Snovis and Invincibility Field taken out, and now back to it. Bigfoot switching onto the Wrecking Ball to look back to get into this play. Last one here is declared for right now, getting chased down right now. Swing away is now Spitfire trying to come back. This Bigfoot back to it. Seismic Slam down. There's a big charge perfectly placed for the side of Codex. Echoic falling as well. So Wesleyan down at DPS. That's the shatter that is going to end this series, LaFon.
That is indeed the map closing ultimate for Illinois, as a strong run, a strong showing in terms of both squads. I think in terms of their tactical ability. Get a quick highlight from Codex on the Reinhardt. But I think, you know, if we talk about it, to kind of get a sense of this series, this is actually the closing out play of the series, or of the map, I should say. Big fire strike into the shatter. No one can even contest. Love to see it. But in terms of what we've kind of seen from these teams already, it has been an understanding of the compositional choices that they're running, primarily, of course. A strength in terms of the flexibility from these teams. We've seen the dive, we've seen the bunker, we've seen the rush, and everything kind of in between. Now the expectation as we head into map number 2 in just a moment is going to be, how do these teams evolve from that? Because I think in terms of mechanical skill, they're very close. It's sort of the fight-to-fight reads that are kind of letting some of these fights slip away. So that's going to be the adaptations both squads are going to need to make, because we have a definite series on our hands here.
Yeah, incredibly close. I think just the numbers can tell the tale here, LaFon. We were at least, I think, 65 or 70% or so on all of these, and the first one was 99 to 100. Yeah. There was no, a goose eggs put up by either of these squads on Lijiang here on the first map. And I'm seeing all three of them as well, so go in the distance.
Yeah. A total of 7% difference across both rounds, right? So there's that's as close as you can kind of cut it otherwise. And you know, as we head into map number 2 and sort of get a sense of the map type that we're gonna sort of see as well, because that's, I think, a big difference makers. We're going to a map that is kind of focused around an objective you have to kind of escort, right, across the maps that kind of go. So the question becomes, we saw a lot of play here that was kind of brawl, in the sense that the teams, as they fought, ignored the objective relatively. And I don't mean that necessarily they didn't play the objective. What I mean is that the fights they took were sort of centered around where the teams just happened to meet, which is in the center of the map. As you get to escort, or you get to the maps with the payload types, right, you have to start setting the fights up in more consistent, you take more consistent fights. So I'm curious to see if there's going to be a change there in terms of how teams approach the engagements, because as I said, if it's sort of a side effect of if the objective is a side effect of the fights, is a team going to struggle here coming into the next couple of rounds? But
no, I hear you. Like, it's kind of the idea of choosing where you want to position these fights. I feel like the Illinois team came out on top of that for a good reason, because they're able to control that for the most part. And that is Illinois Wesleyan University winning 2-1. A slight error there. Havana will be our next map up here, the classic escort map coming through. Not against it whatsoever.
No, Havana's interesting because there's a lot that you can kind of set up for. Right? We've seen Rush actually being sort of the style that was taken into play in the later stage by Illinois. I'm curious if that makes a return, especially as that first point is so available. So as we get set to go into the game in just a moment, there is, I think, definitely going to be that first fight is going to be emblematic, I think, of how the rest of the map's going to go, due to how closely that objective kind of plays up to the spawn room for the attackers, right? So,
team compositions will be definitely interesting here. We didn't really see too many changes until the sim came out, which, of course, I really do feel like kind of won Illinois a couple of these different team fights. Positioning there, obviously not the first time we've necessarily seen it, but the investment into the player, into the hero selection on this was 100% correct, because, again, it allowed them entry into multiple different team fights, and a couple of those they were able to keep out on top, go ahead and take positioning and take time on this clock. Moving on into it. Savannah. Wholesale changes at least shown so far for Illinois.
Yeah, this is this composition here defensively is exactly kind of the, well, okay, maybe bar the Orisa, but otherwise it is the rush composition that plays up to the gates. It's not a surprising composition. You can stall so much time, and if you can get down to less than a minute on the clock, as even if you lose the first objective, you've set yourself up for the map, especially because of how difficult third stage is to kind of capture, right? So this is designed to kind of slow down the attack, make sure that they have to kind of commit ultimates just to get out of spawn. Defensive or offensively, however, this is really about getting that first pick. They're all in with the hook, the Pharah, the Hanzo, the Discord Orb. It's all designed to just break this this close hold as quickly as possible.
The name of the game. We move into this one. RJ has provided a lot of value up top so far. We'll see how that continues. A couple RPI members falling here, but trades do come through as Echoic and now Snobus both taken out headshot-wise. Providing a theme here so far the Clan and company we're trying to do.
And this is kind of why I like the Diva a little bit more than the Orisa, right? You can kind of shut down the Hanzo specifically, and Declan is kind of saying, you know, pay attention to me, I'm the threat.
Yeah, but seriously, and then making a statement with his chest right there. Fantastic stuff. Just like that, RPI opening this up. Flummox sacrifices the body for a couple seconds of stall. We'll see how this composition changes. There's the change. Flash Fatal now on the Diva.
Yeah, so that's going to be the Orisa Diva as the tank line. They're close to the Supercharger, so it makes sense having that utility in. And now this is really playing around that long-range pressure yet again. Both Funman and Echoic on the you know, the range play here, trying to make RJ's life as difficult as possible. Specifically, the Discord Orb here is going to be a real threat, especially with the pocket coming in from the Mercy for RPI.
Funman, Echoic will just have to turn that attention towards these skies. The help of Flash Fatal. Nope, they might be paying attention too much to those skies. Dragons come through the middle and just guts this defense right there.
Yeah, the Resurrect I don't think is necessarily available for the Pharah, so Aquaboost playing it a little bit more passively, going after the Hanzo instead, and that's going to pay off as Codex is taken out with the damage superiority, and this is going to mean the point is going to be captured here for RPI off the back of it. Just a last-ditch, pardon me, stall here from the defense.
Yeah, so short stall there. Probably worth it.
Yeah.
We are looking at an RPI squad that has a lot of ultimates on board and close.
Exactly. The fact that the point was able to be taken out with just the Dragon Strike, which Declan is nearly back up to again, is actually going to stall pretty strongly for RPI because they're going to have high ground control as well, talk about here. And so Illinois is not only walking into you know, the positioning where damage is being spammed from, with the Pharah and the Hanzo, they also have to walk into a lot of damage throughput from the Supercharger specifically. And of course, even if they were to make it through, they won't be able to take out the offense that quickly because of the Transcendence.
There's the first little bit. Gonna be a couple different members of the side of RPI falling on that. Flummox falls in the middle of things, and Spitfire now investing that ultimate. Wesleyan's found a couple right here, and the offense stopped in its tracks after, what, 1, 2, 3 ultimates invested versus 1?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at the decision to take the fight that early. The cart has barely moved forward. You had high ground control. Walking into the choke point and giving Illinois the advantage is a little strange. Now Illinois is in that same position of advantage, right? They have high ground control. They have that ultimate advantage as well. Here comes the Supercharger. They want to make sure this is their fight.
Solid first pull. This should get blocked away by this Orisa shield, and it does. Even through the thick of things, though, Bigfoot felled. Echoic finding heads left, right, and center. Bigfoot, the most recent source of their absolute tear right there. It should be done.
Yeah, at this, you know, this is going to be a little bit of a stalled fight out as Declan being fully pocketed through is going to be able to get this elimination as well. Flash Fatal. Okay, I guess the range headshot was there. Flash Fatal is going to be able to get out in a moment. And this has kind of stalled out the fight. Neither team has really won it, but it's going to be a tacit admission that the objective needs to be played. And Illinois is going to regroup here as a 6-player unit. Again, looking to walk back in with Bob and Dragon.
Decent ultimates, at least, like equally here. Aqua Boost finding that out first. Dragon's down. Here goes the Zoba Transcendence, so both support ultimates for RPI utilized right here. Rez coming in as well through the thick of the Transcendence. There's the Dragons from the other side, and RPI coming out on top. Offense can be rolling steady. We'll be taking this second point in a second, excuse me. There's a team kill. We love to hear the bell.
As we get set now for this this third phase of the map, looking forward. This first fight's going to be interesting. As soon as there's a 6-person regroup, it's good that RPI is hunting for these eliminations. It's going to mean that they're going to get the first third of this third objective uncontested.
Yeah. Actually biting off way more than he should have ever chewed is RJ right there. I understand the first 2 picks. A lot of old charge and more invested there, all while your team is moving point, but again, it's a bit too aggressive.
Yeah, that being said, it doesn't really punish RPI. The spawn room's right there. All you're losing is a little bit of space, which you're going to be able to regress fairly quickly. I would expect the Supercharger, and that is a much bigger pick, though. Supercharger, Dragon Strike, or Dragon Blade online. Dragon Strike committed to pull out the Transcendence. This is going to make RJ a real threat here.
There's the first little bit, and he up close and personal. There's 1, now 2, making sushi out here. There's 3. RJ slashing and dashing, hacking and I don't know, slashing. I ran out of words there, LaFawn.
That's the play you kind of needed, right? The Dragon Strike is able to pull out the Transcendence despite the positioning being fairly decent from Illinois, and that the Supercharger not taken out gives RJ all the space to work with. Now, the Valkyrie to just make sure this fight continues going. Spitfire preventing this Supercharger from finding early value, but the Amplification Matrix is going to be so much more deadly.
And Matrix right there is a deadly angle. Moving inside to try and find a little bit of rest for the Weary isn't going to happen. Flash Fatal taking out his counterpart on that one. RJ now down as well. Did find a headshot through the thick of things. The clan did, being super low, and RPI is forced to move on back.
I mean, you could just look at the assist markers for those eliminations, right? There's 3 extra damage types. The Discord Orb, the Supercharger, and the Amplification Matrix. It takes like 2 bullets to kind of take anybody out there. So RPI...
Strong breeze.
Exactly. Respectfully retreat. Here, Illinois do have the Gravitic Flux, expect to be countered out by the Transcendence. However, after those 2 are committed, you would expect to see, especially the Bob being laid down here. So Illinois, they do have the ultimates to work with, but they have to layer them in correctly here, especially with the Dragon Strike available for deck.
The clan wisely coming forward, utilizing the Sigma Eat as well. There's a Transcendence. Should be decently close to the rest of his team, yeah, so not a whole lot felled there until the very end, until that Orisa hits bottom. Res invested. Nothing for that for the next 30 seconds or so. Declan out, still has this. There's the Bob we spoke of, and just dusted right there. That was a player that had bad feelings, got it. Declan still here, waiting to find one in. There's the Sigma up, waiting for the Dragons to fall. See it in just a second. There it is. That's on top of everybody, but Snovis picks the perfect time for the Transcendence. Most of that ability and advantage negated. Getting up close and personal is fun men, and the defense holds strong.
I really like what Snovis just did from Illinois. The Immortality Field was still there, right? We saw that RPI tried to do the Dragon Strike into the Gravitic Flux yet again. This time, though, Snovis waits out the slam down from the Gravitic Flux, and the Transcendence is used to block the Dragon Strike. So a smart read there from the Flux support. Now, though, they have to try and shut down RJ with the Dragon Blade. A lot more difficult, especially now that there is no defensive ultimate online. It's going to come down to can the damage from Codex, the Supercharger, really slow down RPI here.
This is going to be an issue. RJ on the hunt again. What a deflect! Finding a second as well. Hacking several more, and just in the end, the Torbjorn shotgun blast there is going to be proved too much. Zobo on the hunt as well. RPI, even through all that, comes out on top with 1.7 seconds left and a Transcendence to boot. Dang it, that was so close.
Yeah, it's such a clean closeout there from RPI. 1.7 seconds in. We said in the second phase how difficult third is to attack, and therefore you could see it right there. They had, 4 minutes, I think, to kind of phase out the third point, and just barely catch it in the nick of time. Setting to the attack, though, Illinois will have to try and equalize in time bank. Before that, though, we got to talk about the Lenovo Legion. Lenovo Legion knows you play to win. To stand out from the competition, you need equipment that matches the speed of your thoughts and actions. The Legion Y25 monitor delivers wins in the toughest, most critical situations. With its extreme 1 millisecond response time to its insane 240 hertz refresh rate, the Legion Y25 doesn't just keep up, but does a lot more. Built for those engaged in vast multiplayer battles at the tournament level, the Legion Y25 offers a 24.5-inch Full HD IPS panel with built-in NVIDIA G-Sync compatibility. The Legion Y25 monitor is available at Lenovo.com and other fine retailers. Tugboat, though, now as we head to Illinois' attack, this Orisa has looked so strong for them, right? They've been able to slow down the pace of play, and the supercharger damage has been really fight changing in a lot of ways.
Well, we talk about anchor plays, anchor players, anchor positions. That has been this Codex, this Bigfoot Orisa all day long, and not just on Havana. We saw the effect it can have Lee Jong earlier here, and definitely part of the reason why that series or that map went so close. Standard positioning here from RJ and the rest of RPI. No flanks attempted quite so far from this very sure-footed Genji.
Yeah, something that RPI actually should be careful about. There's a lot of shield break available for the offense here, and with only the Orisa shield here, you have to be very careful with how aggressive you play around it. So Illinois are showing that. They're just putting the cart forward and saying, what are you going to kind of do as they block out Spitfire?
Yeah, the Spitfire definitely utilizing the body block a little bit to get back from it. Echoic falling on this. There's one more. Flash fatal, res invested. Illinois Wesleyan on the back foot.
Yeah, this Roadhog hook has been a real threat, and they're going to get the Resurrect off onto the Genji as well. So RJ back, and I mean, sitting around the corner, there's the Infrasight. It's going to get a hook. It's not going to get the elimination, but this is actually disastrous for RPI. With the Amplification Matrix, it's going to force so much space here from the defense.
Valkyrie invested.
Spitfire's on
Illinois
an island.
possibly taking the same kind of idea. Just wait this out. Funman falling as RJ went ham in the front, so close to a blade as well. And we've been seeing what he has been able to do so far. Funman brought back just in it, sat back to the grave. How morose.
We saw Illinois try to take advantage of the fact that Spitfire was caught out a little bit, but instead, as Illinois, sort of collapses, RPI sort of crashes in on them as well. And with the fact that Spitfire is able to stay alive, that actually buys a lot of space for RPI. So Illinois back to the drawing board here is, I mean, you have to dodge this hook from Spitfire. If you can do that, things look a lot stronger in the later stage of this fight.
Ooh, Spitfire almost getting burned for that one. A whole lot of damage very quickly, even for a Roadhog. Here comes the blade again. That's going to be able to push through the huge source of healing right now. And that's going to be all but a team kill, Bill.
Yeah, the Transcendence denies the Gravitic Flux. Flash Fatal going to go over to the Roadhog now to mirror out Spitfire. So, tacit admission that the composition wasn't working and trying something different. It's going to be interesting. Again, now the damage breakthrough is still technically on the offensive side. Genji not a fantastic tool to break shields, but with the fact that you're kind of walking into the defense, there's still that element to kind of contest it.
I think other players have kind of realized that as well, and just more so paying attention to these ever-important shields to break. Off the top, Clan falling, no real detriment taken there after Res comes through, Amplification Matrix out, and any advantage they had negated. Trying to get over to Spitfire there, now RJ getting a little bit low, Dragons across the bottom right here, but it's going to be Echoic and Flash Fatal to finish out kills on that, into Clan's Dragons not finding anything in the back. Hook and more right here on the main tank, and I think Illinois has found their foot in.
Yeah, this is going to be the objective capture. That being said, this has been an incredibly successful defense for RPI. It's a minute remaining, right?
I want to see Zobo just charge these up and just kill everybody, right? Just go absolutely ham on this Indiana. I'm not even sure if like damage-wise there's enough there. I just want to see.
The reset comes in again. Wow, the defense here has played up super aggressively. They have the high ground now, and that pick off into Echoic is really, really big. Again, you got to contain the offense as they try and walk in.
Aqua Boost opting not to dedicate the time into the res right here. RJ, the fast Genji will come back from this spawn room quickly, but in the thick of things, Shimada brother falling. Hanzo there's the res. It's actually probably a fantastic choice from Aqua Boost of RPI. Defense losing one now. Echoic fighting there. A lot of damage focus from Echoic and teammates there as RPI is glowing 4-5 gold right now. RJ 15% ultimate away from a full 6 for RPI. Rotating towards the middle here throughout that. Zobo falls, and with Transcendence, not optimal plays as Flash Fatal gets all across this. We got an anti-aircraft in the form of Flash Fatal. Hook and more to the top to take out an ulting Valkyrie. I remember when that was impossible.
That was an incredible showing from the Roadhog player. All to no avail, unfortunately, as the Dragon's Blade should be able to close this out for the defense. Transcendence committed as well, though. And though you don't win the fight, I think if you're Illinois, you're okay with that, because The defense used all 6 of their ultimates in that engagement, and the cart nearly makes it to the gateway. So for Illinois, this fight here is extremely stacked in their favor. 4 to their resource bank, nothing for the offense, or for the defense, pardon me.
Distance-wise, we're looking like 25 meters. That's 3 players on it for like 10 seconds or something like this. This is looking all Illinois right now until that happens. Roadhog on Roadhog. The hooks come out in force. Codex fighting the other one, so we're not going to have any whole hogs here. Funman over the top. And just laying out the lava right now. Everybody falling on the side of RPI. And they only invest, well, I guess they invested, what, 2 right there because Funlux just changed?
Yeah, so that is going to be the full capture there, and that's exactly what you needed to do, right? Don't overcommit to the fight that you know you have the extreme advantage in, and that goes par for the course. Now heading into third, this is going to be a little bit more difficult, though. Setting up, you can see that the defense is playing very passively here. They want to play around the natural cover of the map, and they've elected to go to the Sigma now as well. So, again, more utility in the range battle, more shielding pressure to deny ECAC, those pickoffs. And without the pocket that ECAC is kind of playing with now, it's gotten a lot harder for the insta-kill potential from the Ashe to step into play here.
See how this comes in. Just trading fire for right now. Wasting shields and more. Never bad plays. I just learned that Torbjorn can fit evenly under the back truck bed of the payload right here to Clan. More in. Here's the amplification matrix. Again, Shield just being the first to fall, the first casualty of war in this one. Whole hog out. A lot deflected. A lot deflected. And that's going to go towards a lot of damage towards the side of RPI. Or for the side of RPI. Stopping this for right now. Again, it's hemorrhaging the bleeding right now. Akabu's trying to get out. Gets caught in the middle and punished for it. Here's a supercharger plus the blade. And RJ is allowed to just go ham again.
The supercharger provides such value, getting the dash reset, and after waiting for the Baptiste to return to Earth is a smart read from the Genji player. And RJ is the beneficiary of the 3K in play. So, a minute left on the clock here. It's going to be very, very hard to make the pathway in because you have to eliminate RPI from the objective before you can get it moving again. And RPI has the window. They have the Dragon Strike. You need to pick off early from ECAC here from Illinois if you want to come and get a chance. Flash Fatal also, that accretion could be a big difference maker for sure.
Definitely agree with that one, but not for right now, at least not for Spitfire. Rez coming in for the time being. A lot of healing lobbed here from Zobo, and this was actually a pretty clean fight.
Despite the halt accretion that sets up for the offense. Oh, and they get the late pick onto Snowbies out of spawn. So that's a perfect fight for RPI. They don't overcommit in their resource bank, and they've just put it down to last fight territory. 20 seconds left on the clock as Illinois has to walk out of spawn into the firing line, and we can see set up on the high ground, RPI, Declan just spamming away. So difficult to walk through here.
It looks like they're trying to decide between left turret and down the middle, and that decision is going to be made for him as Declan sends this one down and picking off runners right and now looking left. The shield's first here. Spitfire is still up top. Here comes the accretion. This might be the finisher right here. Back down, Sigma on Sigma, and RPI wins that matchup. Back to it, RJ in the middle, swinging away with only a little bit left in the tank. Here comes the blade, and that's all that was necessary for them. 2, 3, looking for 4. There's nobody left here. He has conquered all worlds, and RJ weeps.
Victory it is, though, so it is a happy tears across the face as RPI equalize our series now 1-1. The Genji coming in with the highlight. RJ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count them down. Those were the eliminations here in the last fight of Havana. And the pick that RPI made was to their advantage as, again, the series equal 1-1 here.
I realized I said it like backwards. It was like Alexander the Great wept for there was no more words to conquer or whatever. I said the conquers thing first. Whatever. A fantastic matchup. And yeah, like round 2 may not have looked like as even as round 1, but still, the tie-up here is really where we should be paying attention to. We've purchased ourselves some extra Overwatch now. We'll see how that shakes out in round number 3. We're going to go to a very short break. We'll be back with you guys for map number 3 between Wesleyan and RPI in just a minute.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Your offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids, that's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real real big. Jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broken, I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for
And we are back. The ECAC week 3 of the regular season continues now. FBI Tugboat with my man LaFawn. We got Colton. We got Sir Scoots down there producing away for us, making our jobs as casters just so much easier. Quick shout outs to EMP Live Designs, to iBuyPower, CSMG, and HyperX, of course. LaFawn, we are looking at an Illinois Wesleyan University taking on Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, 1-1 tied up right now after RPI took map 2 and Illinois took map 1.
Yeah, it's been fairly contested across the board as well. So a 2-1 score line on map 1, a 3-2 score line map 2, but still very close there. And as we head into map number 3, get a quick read of our maps as such. It was Temple of Anubis is going to be our upcoming assault selection here. Of course, the team that loses the last map picks the next one. So this has been Illinois' pick. And so far, it's been a case of compositional matchup in map number 2 that was a little bit decided by the fight selection rather than I think especially the second phase of Havana. It was decided by fight selection more than anything else. Choosing to take fights on the high ground or on the low ground rather than the high ground, which proved to be detrimental. I'm looking to see if that gets fixed. But as we get into map number 3 here on Anubis, looking for that particular quirk of these two teams to be sort of the focus point for me, at least, as we get set to go here.
No, the win and the where. The win and the where. You mentioned the where, the win. For me, really would have been several different times that either team got just a little bit too aggressive or really didn't take the inch when they were given a mile, or didn't take the mile when they were given the inch or whatever.
Yeah.
For your imperial units of measurement.
To that point, right? That's kind of the thing. Yes, taking fights is important, but sometimes you got to know which fights not to take. Counter to that. So I think that's something I'm going to be keeping an eye out for, specifically on Anubis, especially with that first point. The defensive side has such an advantage in terms of the high ground spam. And if the offensive team does not take care of that, right, or more critically, if the defensive team kind of falls off that high ground and gives that space over, that's what I'm really most interested in as RPI sets up here on the defense for round number 1.
Absolutely, and saying this for you guys as well as myself, probably more so for myself, but these teams have flipped. Illinois Wesleyan was previously on the left, and they are now on the right in the red, RPI on the left in the blue, headed by RJ. That's how I always can tell teams apart.
Somber Tracer here on the offense, looking to play it fast, looking to play aggressive. Illinois really should not do a staging fight here. They should actually just walk in, especially with the fact that RPI is playing that pick composition around the halt hook. As the halt gets used early, this is the go button now for Illinois.
Yeah, they noticed that that's out. The source of danger eliminated for at least a little while. The classic pulled pork. That's my favorite definition of it. The clan over on the side. Damage in from the top. Bubble invested from Codex and more. Flash Fatal taking a lot of this off the top. Damage-wise, Bigfoot falling after the Immortality Field does disappear. Most of RPI opting to take this from the top position. Rating damage down for right now, and Illinois Wesleyan looking a little bit lost. Until Aqua Boost is felled here, no res on board for the defending RPI.
Illinois' fight kind of gets salvaged a little bit for their next stage, but the fact of the matter is they take the fight on RPI's strength, right? They play close brawl against the Orisa's Hog, which is kind of where they like to play. So you'd like to see more high ground control taken. In fact, they're going to make that rotation this time as well.
So close. Funman getting out with a thumbnail of damage on that one. The clan is not messing around today, LaFawn. Echoic going on the flank. Seen a lot of that so far from this player and more. Teammates joining him now as the clan falls from the top. Codex getting up there and getting involved. Valkyrie, or excuse me, not Valkyrie, the Transcendence. Oh my goodness. The Coalescence invested. RJ pulling this out at the end. A lot of attention as soon as you pull out that sword and start screaming, LaFawn.
Yeah, there is no way that fight was going to be favorable for the Genji. Now it's going to be the last ditch stall, and in fact, that's all it will be, is with that elimination on to the Baptiste. That's going to spell this objective. Some commit here from the Hanzo of Declan, but it will not be enough to stabilize the fight, and on to B we go. Illinois, they have the EMP coming online. That's going to have to be their win condition, playing around Funman specifically. because if they can explode with the damage throughput after taking away the abilities, that's going to be Illinois' best chance here to close out a second phase.
This is kind of a judgment of whether or not Illinois Wesleyan can track ultimates or not, because they should know until the sound barrier came on board that there was not a whole lot on the other side. Bigfoot not going to see that one here. Funman now out with the EMP. Everybody hacked on this one, 2/3 and more. Spitfire trying to get to it. Got that whole hog, and it's not going to happen. He gets hacked out instantly. Stick out as well. Making mincemeat of the Roadhog here. There's the Supercharger as well. Clan, Spitfire, both falling. Codex actually taken out here. RPI close to this one. Illinois Wesleyan holding on for right now. Coalescence invested as well. Snowbisk does. And that's going to be the defense holding on.
Yeah, the defense has actually still had an opportunity to take this one, especially with Zobo getting a couple eliminations and with only a millimeter left on the objective. That is going to be the hold now from the defensive side. Illinois, I mean, just trying to put too much good after bad. The fact that you're not able to get those eliminations quickly, meaning that the Valkyrie gets so much value, is going to allow time for the respawns to come in, and Illinois are back to the drawing board. Not an unsuccessful fight, but certainly not as effective as they would have liked. And RPI have put themselves in position now to definitely hold, as they're close to Coalescence, they're close to the Death Blossom, and it's all about slowing the game down now for RPI.
A lot of changes here now. Clan over to the Echo, Spitfire on the Hog, Echoic changing over to this Cowboy, Funman on the May as well. I'm very interested to see how Illinois plays this May. This wall is going to come into play all day long in this next push. Now getting into it, there's a speed boost and more. Freezes out. Reaper getting out of that one for the time being. Here's the Coalescence Zoba out, and RJ just stopped in its tracks, self-destruct. Everybody cleared, and the clan taken out. There's a lot from Echoic right now. Sound barrier dropping everybody on Wesley and getting a handful of that. There you go. I think this, again, the bleeding has been stemmed right now.
Yeah, that is going to be the round complete here from Illinois. And Illinois with a good read on their compositional switch up. They play the rush comp here, get in through dark, and then bisect the opposition, right? Take the tank line away from the supports, then the freeze puts so much value. We saw, the Roadhog unable to even, or so the Death Blossom rather, unable to complete. And for RPI, I mean, their composition is designed to sort of stall out time, slow down the round, but they allow Illinois into the sort of close quarters area where they're strongest. Designed to slow it down, but unable to execute the proper timing to begin that stall, so to speak, from RPI. And as a result, Illinois with a respectable 2.5 minutes on the clock as they complete their initial attack run. To the attack now, RPI goes, and they're hoping to either equalize or better the time bank here. It starts off with objective A, and they're looking for high tempo at least, it seems.
Yeah, so tied up 1-1. The series will not be decided here no matter what, but both teams wanting to put another foot forward. Of course, both squads 2-0. We will not be seeing a tie here tonight. One team will be taking now for the first time and dropping down to the still advantage 2-1 series, and series across the weeks from the ECAC. One will be staying lossless. Will be staying undefeated. Taking attention towards the compositions here, the Torbjorn and Echoic on the hit scan here. Not against us at all.
No, this composition really is strong, actually, against what RPI is sort of hovering on early, right? Funman can kind of play a solo style, and the turret's going to find so much value at just dissuading RJ from entering into the back line and trying to play aggressively. Meanwhile, Echoic with the pocket from the Mercy, just a real threat for any squishy target that sort of enters into the sight lines. RJ gets the headshot, he immediately has to back out.
Yeah, Echoic searching for heads right now. Like you said, it's one way to force players back for sure. Turn attention to the top. Zobo hitting healing shots and damaging shots. About as good as it gets for your Ana players. Dashing back for just a second. Bigfoot and Spitfire both taking a timeout just to get back and healed, and the team fight resumes. RJ looking for damage and edgewise. Again, not a great member to try and get through shields. A lot more on this team that can get something done there, but Flumix falling. And the clan, the Ana first effort. RJ finding some more down bottom. I think there's just a little bit of cleanup action at point one or Anubis.
Yeah, Illinois give up the high ground control and then move to the objective, and it's a sort of a surround and conquer situation for RPI. They kind of collect and coalesce around the shield, and instead of it being a defensive ability, it becomes more of a trap for Illinois, and that's going to mean that it's going to be objective B now to pay attention to for the defense. Still, some tools coming online, the amplification matrix, supercharger as well, so damage throughput not wanting for the defense. It's all about the speed, though, that RPI can activate here with this Nano Blade.
Moving down the middle. The success was taken on the left side through Dark earlier. See how that goes. At least posturing right now across the middle. Declan getting super low after Dragons come out, and here comes RJ as well, throwing a nano boost on top, and he is dangerous. A stun comes out from this Brig, that's Flummox, but RPI all over on the offense for right now. Spitfire falling, there goes the self-destruct. That's gonna clear point for a second. That's exactly what is necessary. Finding one right here as reinforcements come in now. Rez is out, so RPI still at a full 6, but so will Illinois be in just a second. What a headshot! Dashing just in the front, and Funman takes a nasty one to the head. Dragons over the side to try and source out these reinforcements. The Doomfist here as well, and the sleep shot combo from Declan and Zobo. The DPS support combo takes this. A longer team fight is exactly what Illinois wants, and still contesting this one out. If they can find just a couple of picks here, that'll negate out the healing or the resin capabilities. That's Aqua Boost back on the cooldown, though. That's exactly what they need. And there's another one, RJ. There's the first off. RPI fighting this one 5-0 for the first time, really, in this team fight.
This is going to be a continuous stall out now, and the longer this goes, again, the more there is a chance for the contest, but with the Valkyrie out now from RPI, they're looking to stabilize.
That's the Spitfire's counterpart, Codex, coming in. There's the Nano Boost onto the Diva now. Mostly Spitfire finding ability here. Purple and more onto the Wrecking Ball. Gonna be no advantage there. RJ pulling this one out after most everybody's dead. Trying to get a slash out in the end. Does not land onto Snowbiz. A purple does, and that is gonna be it. 3 minutes and some change. The reward for RPI. Illinois Wesleyan getting 2 even after the reset.
Yeah, that's a really strong stall, though, from Illinois. And actually, I will say the highlight of that round, as flashy as was for RPI, was Flash Fatal. The Diva player for Illinois Wesleyan, as the self-destruct finds one, just buys time, then obviously getting the DMAC as the 400 damage call-in from the remake from Flash Fatal it brings a little bit more space and time. So it wasn't a winning fight, but definitely strong individual play from Flash Fatal. To RPI's credit, though, they were in complete control of that round from start to finish. Just walk in on A, and then even as they're unable to kind of find the aggressive kills on Objective B, they stabilize as a 6-player unit, and just through sheer will kind of wear down the defensive wall. And as a result, they have a better time bank now, so they'll set up on the defense for a second time here on Temple of Anubis.
A few seconds to set up here. Looking at... Yeah, so not really wholesale changes from RPI, right?
And, I mean, no real reason to, right? We saw how much time they were able to kind of break out.
Agreed.
So, even as the composition, eventually failed, you have to recognize that it was as a result of just sheer aggression from the offense, as opposed to necessarily a fault in the composition itself.
Codex taking a lot of damage early. Teammate Flash Fatal, the other tank here, taking a lot as well. Moving across the left side, taking time to heal up and more. A little bit in the back there, not 100%. Yeah, no, that's just RJ kind of like providing that annoyance and that presence from the back there. Ekwick looking for a flank in edgewise, not going to happen. RJ looking like he had this Tracer's number for a second, now does focus attention on that, deflecting more onto it, but there's a hack, and he's in a bad position now. Almost landed the hack, excuse me, did not get that. Had that have been done and dusted situations. A lot down bottom, but now forced off. This is Declan's high ground.
Yeah, Declan with the dynamite as well as the coach gun, just to provide a little space. They're not giving up on this fight, Illinois, committing the coalescence here. Just trying to keep objective control.
It's a lot down bottom. Tank's taking a lot of that damage as well. RJ, Declan both finding one Snovis, the Moiro, joining and paying the price for it. RJ with a single dash takes out 2, and RPI is stabilized for right now.
And, I mean, this next fight is going to be the most critical. Oh, Declan. Ow. This next fight is going to be really interesting for RPI. They're going to have sort of that wealth of resources that we talk about so much. Now, with only 60 seconds remaining, or 30 seconds remaining, pardon me. I mean, Illinois' backs are against the wall as they're kind of running out of time here. Looking for that pickoff, looking for that hero play.
There's RJ. Hacked, but still doing damage. One off the top. Little support action deleted from Illinois. Coming out to it, and this Sombra gets punished for that decision. Primal Rage down bottom as Codex finds one. There's a self-destruct, not finding anyone after 2 members from Illinois gets deleted. There's the res as well, fighting the 5-6. Declan will be back with the rest. There's the hack, but that's just this squad trying to hold on.
Yeah, and now Illinois head to the offense. They need to prevent 1/3 of the objective for 3 minutes and 2 seconds. They didn't get that the first time around. Talked about this. The first time around, their first defense, their fight, their point was over in less than 30. Gonna have to pick up something big here if they want to prevent this series from being down. They want to prevent a series, a difference in as they head into map number 4. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very difficult. But it's going to be about that first fight. If they can get those ultimates online earlier, they can just slow down the pace of the game and bleed time off the clock, then Illinois has a chance. A small one, but a chance.
Yeah, I mean, 3 minutes is plenty of time to play with different compositions and more just to get a full take on the first little bit of point 1. Dangerous situations if you're Illinois right now. Looking at a full commit, though. Little divey action, got an Anna on board as well. Funman back onto that Sombra. The hacks will definitely come into play here in this first team fight. I wouldn't be surprised if it was more of a continuous, longer team fight. And again, not even a, unless I'm wrong, not even a full 100% progression necessary for point 1 for the offenders right now.
Getting it set up here on the high ground. We're going to see a look. And Funman not scouting, actually. Going to be playing on the Mega Health Pack just to get that hack off early. And then into, yeah, both health packs hacked. So that's a retreat point now for the mobility characters. Widow out. Declan looking to take someone's skull off. And instead meets the Diva head on. So early start. Illinois finding that fight spacing that they're looking for.
Yeah, I only found the Diva because everybody else on this squad hiding inside, not even opting to give that an opportunity, but getting a little too aggressive there is Funman. That's been the bane of the existence for multiple players so far, and that continues on here now. Codex Dunzo. So defense down 2 while Funman joins with the rest. Same positioning, same fight. Tracer Genji action right there. Shots out. Flumix left alone down bottom. First tick here close. The contest come in. Spitfire. Bigfoot down. Rez comes through. Bigfoot back into Diva Mech as well. This will be very effective in this next. Looking down bottom. No rest for the weary. The Sombra barely gets the big health pack and more. Down and just a little bit more of a charge. Might have ended Echoic right there, but that's going to be Spitfire's task for right now. The other Wrecking Ball does fall. Here comes the Emperor's Sight as well, trying to find this rig and just uses the rapid fire there at the end. A slow bleed now for Wesleyan as RPI is probably taking this.
Yeah, that is going to just be the Ana versus the world, and that will not be enough. RPI, they have the range hit scan, provide pressure while the dive comes through. Illinois just cannot deal with the close range combat as that range play comes in, and that's going to be map number 3 headed to RPI. They take the lead in the series for the first time, putting themselves at match point. And RPI, a commanding performance there on their attack run across this map.
Yeah, it took them, what, I think about a minute or so, RPI to come out on top in the overtime situation, and just kind of put nose to the grindstone, and also investing in this Widowmaker early. That's the Sombra pick super early, both compositionally and kind of like the non-tangible effect that it has losing a DPS like that so early. Definitely kind of bled into the rest of this team fight and leads to RPI taking that last one on Anubis.
Yeah, man, it's so tough. These teams are playing very close to each other, right? We've had sort of the either the third point, like in every map we've kind of played so far. we've seen the entirety of the map, right, from both squads. So definitely a chance to equalize here on map number 4 from Illinois. RPI, though, it feels like they've kind of warmed up as the series has kind of gone on. And while map number 1 was close, they've sort of picked up the pace a little bit as the later stages of the series has kind of wore on. And I'm interested to see how map number 4 goes because, as I said, RPI now currently sitting at match point.
Yeah, so to your point there, LaFon, it's not always that we do get to see like all of these Overwatch maps, right?
Yeah.
Lee Jong ran the gamut. That was Wesleyan that took it 2-1 on that. Moving on to the Havana, got all the way to the end, almost for both squads as well. Same thing happens here on Anubis as we get like an overtime map there. No, we don't get to second point for either team on the second because you don't need to. An initial team that was Wesleyan comes through, doesn't unlock that one in the 2 minutes they have, just progress onto first. So really, like you said, like a lot of Overwatch just geographically that we have seen, not usually blessed with that much. And now, of course, we're gifted the 4th map here. No guarantee of a map 5, but if that goes the way of your Illinois Wesleyan University squad, we will be seeing the map 5. Of course, there is a tie. We'll be looking at the control on the last, and then tiebreakers. Obviously, you cannot tie under control.
Yeah, I get a quick look at how we got here, though. Lijiang Tower, as you said, 2-0 Havana, going RPI's favor, getting Temple of Anubis. But of course, it is going to be hybrid as map number 4, and that means Old Faithful is in play. Kings Row as RPI will defend. Here on our hybrid. Our hybrid point. So I'd be absolutely lying through my teeth if I said that I didn't expect this map to come up.
Yeah, it's been popular in Overwatch since it came out, since release. This is not, an expansion map by any means. Well-rounded. I think the little corridors they allow up top, down bottom, everything in between really does allow for a lot of wonky play. Obviously, DPSs love that. Maybe not your tanks and supports so much, but hey, who knows?
Yeah, speaking of the gameplay from these teams as we get set to go into the map in just a moment, we've seen on the squad's choices, for want of a more concrete way of saying that, the compositions have not really played around the rush composition that much. We saw it a little bit on Control Center in map number 1, all the way back then, right? But since then, it's been either the bunker composition or like the whole the Orisa Hog look. The pulled pork, if you will. But then we've seen more dive as kind of the mirror. Aside from the one fight on Temple of Anubis and that one round on Control Center, it's been mostly those 2 looks since then. Kings Row has historically played has been a much more favored rush-based map. So 100%. Getting that Reinhardt out, playing that in, and I'm curious to see if that makes a return here or if we're going to continue to see the Orisa in play.
A lot of Orisa. Every composition basically that you named, always going to have that. Bunker really sang true on Lee Jung, and even at points on the Havana, supercharged. Yeah, RJ just had a field goal as well. We were talking about this guy. The nano boost, the superchargers makes that blade a little bit more dangerous, we'll call it.
Yeah. I mean, in play now, Illinois running, at least out of the offensive spawn, they're running the rush composition. This has been their purview more frequently. RPI has chosen to continue with the dive, even on the defense, running the Wrecking Ball as sort of the threat to run interference. We'll see how well that pickoff comes in between the Genji and the Wrecking Ball.
Getting to it already. That's a Cowboy down for Wesleyan. And now a Diva mech and Baby Diva deleted. RJ having a field day right now, LaFon. This terrorist team fight is over already.
I think the most interesting part of that is that it's not Declan who's getting the pocket on the Mercy, right? Aqua Boost has chosen to, in fact, spend most of that fight with following RJ around, which definitely an uncommon choice, but one that was effective due to how many final blows came in. That being said, as Illinois try to pass to the high ground here, they're trying to make it more difficult for Spitfire specifically, because if Spitfire can't run interference, it's harder for RJ to get away with murder.
Yeah, I just want to keep that one focus of attention down, not have to split resources. RJ looking for a different way in. RPI's definitely has their flanker right here, and Illinois has learned that earlier. Now on the point, first little bit of progress. RPI will force now as one on. Funman out, attempted hacking more right now. RJ's got that blade up. Here it comes. And there's the nano boost as well. What a charge. That's going to be damage deleted off for the nano boost. Normally, a Reinhardt takes those charges 10 times out of 10.
That is going to be the full elimination here from Illinois. And I believe that was the EMP committed as well from Funman. A fight that you kind of needed to win. So Illinois, I mean, they're going to have the Deadeye here. The hack does, the hack does come in actually as RJ dashes away. But this fight's going to be critical off the back of the amplification matrix especially.
Cowboy down first.
That's a
bad
reset.
start for your RBI squad. What's up?
They just have to reset, right? You can see them already backing out. That's not a fight you can take without your core hit scan, without the core damage throughput. So Illinois going to back to spawn for a little bit, retreat in the name of Valor. As this Dynamite going to put so much pressure again on the support line from Illinois.
Spitfire just playing the role from up top. Splitting attention and getting in damage. RJ starting this one off. Again, Illinois loses a DPS early. Invest the self-destruct. That hits corner as well. Not going to matter when RJ is doing RJ things.
I would have liked to see that minefield actually set up on the stairway instead. They're still going to win out the fight, but it would have been a little flashier to have the self-destruct on one end, the minefield as sort of the pinch position on the other. Doesn't work out that way, but still, RPI get the fight win. And I mean, Illinois, they've kind of set out a position where they have all these ultimates, but they can't use them. They have to get to the opponent to actually execute on these close range abilities. Switching over to the Symmetra, just trying to get in close. Oh, no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, purple there as well, connecting on every member except for Echoic. Immortality Field invested, and RJ is allowed to run rampant again. At some point, you have to almost hard counter this player, right?
Yeah,
like, yes, Illinois has everything online. Sorry.
I will say, though, that was basically everything the RPI had in the bank, right? That was 4 ultimates, and Illinois used literally nothing. So this is their fight to win. It's their only fight they're going to get here on this objective if they don't win it. So, you know, use everything. Pardon me. Pardon me. Use everything here to try and win out this fight. Self-destruct to open things up.
Nothing for that one. Here comes the Matrix as well. Sound barrier down, so both support ultimates here. A little bit early as members of RPI just simply back up a little bit and give a little bit of time. There's a lot there for this. Nobody down for RPI quite yet. RJ gets mega close there, but reses and more. Bigfoot deleted out of mech. And now Illinois rotating here. 3 members still alive, but that's just going to be annoying damage in. Illinois has found what they needed. They didn't even use everything to get there.
Yeah, that was actually only 3 ultimates. Unfortunately for them, that was RPI 0. Again, as they had nothing. Well, they used the Valkyrie, I suppose, from Aqua Boost. So 3-1. The math works. They get the points and start their stage 2 of this map. But look at the time bank that's going down. And they're going to have to restart here on this ultimate as well for Funman, as that's going to be the Torbjorn switch here. If Illinois does not get through this choke uncontested, then they are going to have a hard time with the later stages of Phase 2. So this fight is so important for them.
There's a lot in front. Turret, now Mortality Field down. Anna playing the perfect role from up top. Zoba there, Shatter out. RJ reads it, gets back, and just watches it pass on by like a rolling wave of destruction. He is A-OK, just kind of watching it by the wayside.
That is perhaps the most disastrous way that fight could have gone. You commit the resource, you commit multiple resources, and the defense just sort of shrugs and continues their assailing. This is not going to be meaningful in any real sense, as the Resurrect's right there. They do get to walk in for free, I suppose, but the Dragon's Blade is going to be used right away.
Here's the beginning. Only a turret felled for right now. Immortality Field doing its due diligence for right now, and can't really get a whole lot of damage in otherwise. RPI has lost their RJ Genji player for right now. Defense all over that one, losing a Lucio in the thick of things, and actually getting super awarded for the aggression is Codex there. Finding the main support as well, and RPI probably doesn't have a leg to stand on to continue this, really, outside of Spitfire just begin playing on annoyance.
Good stagger by the defensive line from Illinois. They layer the Immortality Field with a sound barrier, waiting until it is taken out before committing the defensive utility. So completely nullifying both the Nano Boost and the Dragon Blade. Excellent work there. And now RPI continue to fall back. They get the D-Mech as well into Bigfoot. No self-destruct this time. This Deadeye becomes so much more a threat with no defense.
Oh, deflects out. Echoic, not 100% sure when to pull it. both used for zoning. Now tanks falling everywhere. Snopus, the first non-tank to fall in that fight of 4. 13 seconds to it. Rez attempted, Rez denied from a turret and a lot more attention. The clan here has got Bob out as well. RPI making a statement here on point number 2.
That is going to be not only point number 2 being defended, but defended to the end. So that's going to be overtime ticking away the minefield to prevent anyone from even contesting. And Illinois, they have to prevent, they have to, on their attack run, or sorry, on their defense run, contain RPI to less than 2 points. Otherwise, their series is over. Such a tough place to be in for sure if you're an Illinois Wesleyan fan.
Was it guaranteed Wesleyan gets like, what, 3 team fights, I'd say? Like, probably 4, but guaranteed 3 between initial point, underhang there, and then like your last little turn before you come into point 2.
Yeah, I will say the one concern I have here now as Illinois kind of sets up on their defensive side is going to be about how well they defend against the dive composition that RPI has been running. Because Spitfire on the Wrecking Ball has gotten so much value running interference, right? RJ, to all the fact that RJ is kind of playing a thief in the night in terms of the susceptibility of damage, you have to think that all the stuns and hacks and so forth that were coming through were really focused on the Spitfire, which allowed RJ that much more space to work, right? And so for Illinois, it's really going to be about how well can they contain the front line from RPI and then keep their back line alive after those resources have kind of been established. It's going to be a little bit easier here on the defense. The pathing is harder for the flex DPS for RPI here on their attack run, but still, that is going to have to be a difference that they have to make here if they want a chance to equalize the series.
RJ on the Symmetra to begin things off. Initial rotations onto Hotel and more. RJ communicates his team there. That is so huge. Yeah, just trying to take it to the wall is not 100% sure if they expected the clan Widowmaker, and this team fight just gets so much easier for RPI. Taking out a Cowboy and more. Aqua Boost is done for the time being though, so no res on board for the offending RPI right now. Purples and more. RJ failed for his offense on this. Spitfire doing exactly what he needs to here. Bringing a nuisance in the backfield. Can't actually get out though. Continuing to try and find his head as Declan. Now finding a little bit of ire from his targets there. Aqua Boost coming over. Heals and more. Forced to come back with the rest of the squad, and 2 different sources of damage here is really going to be the main idea. Now, getting the first little actual bit of progress on this, about a minute in for RPI.
Oh, there's the boost on the back line.
There it is, the Brig almost taken out. That's going to be enough. Slashes all day long. RJ doesn't even need his blade.
That is critical, and it has not taken that long. Just shy of the minute-half marker before this point is going to be unlocked in terms of how much time it took to obtain Objective A. On to the second phase and last phase of this map here on Kings Row. RPI playing so aggressively.
As works so far. A lot of ultimates on board. Only one they don't have pretty much is that nano boost that we saw just previously. Spitfire falling with Minefield and more though. Get up close to it. Declan forced back down. His grappling hook to get there and doesn't find it any easier the second time. RJ, knowing everybody's on the other side, just trying to take care of turret.
Oh, the self-destruct.
Damaging where he can.
Bigfoot's looking for the self-destruct angle through the window, I'm pretty sure, as the engage.
Yeah, and obviously, Deep on the other side is positioned there, so he can't at least block it off, I think. I'm not sure. The clan there felled RJ as well. DPS core deleted for RPI, forced to come on the bank back.
That was a really good minefield from Spitfire, and yet Illinois playing fancy footwork dodges around it in the main choke as they try. I mean, you can see RPI thought that was their win condition, just a ton of damage that RJ would be able to commit on, but instead, excellent restraint from Illinois, and now they hold the choke with the rush composition. They have the shatter. They have the ability to close out this fight. Here comes the Nano Boost, Nano Blade.
And a blade! Oh my! Lots of kills, assisted by all. There's the damage boost and more. RPI on top. As Flash Fatal, felled in the back line. Now, that could have been staggered out a little bit more if there's anything to critique RPI on in that team fight.
they wanted to quickly, I suppose. They do get the Earthshatter out from Codex, so the recontest is going to be through the self-destruct to buy space, and then trying to build the rally into the later stage of this fight. However, defense or RPI still has the tool to slow this fight down. They can use the self-destruct to prevent anyone from kind of walking up, and there it is.
It's a split offense and pulled up at the end. Cowboy falling to that one. Aqua Boost done from the other self-destruct on the other side. Diva's finding kills left and right. Clan failed as well. RPI on the back foot for right now. A lot of ultimates invested here. Both the supports invested from Illinois Wesleyan, but they are going to win for it.
Yeah, that you have to, right? You do not have a choice. That being said, now the rally is offline. The Dragon Blade is going to cycle back in with the Nano Boost as well. And that's going to have to be the real... You have to dodge this if you're Illinois. There's no... You have to pull magic from somewhere because they're going for it.
RPI is still going for it, losing the Wrecking Ball and a Genji so far, getting chased down, but no ultimates invested. That's why. Wait, no, Zobo did put that out.
Yeah, they nano to try and build the last stages of the blade, but the focus fire was really good from Illinois. Everyone turns the Genji in an instant, and RJ not able to get out. And so this has actually gotten a little bit more difficult now for RPI. They don't have that instant win condition. They do have the layered resources that they have available to them. In the minefield, the Dragon Strike, the zone. Here's that Dragon Strike. Start.
Nobody taking too much from it, but are split for right now, trying to get back to it. That's not before Wesleyan finds it, and there is the hack and the slash. That's a full team kill, Bell, and that is RPI coming just outside of this now. A change onto Echoic will be able to hold on this Codex onto the... No, they won't. Echoic won't even be able to get there.
Yep, you can see the G's come in as RPI will take the victory. Anticlimactic end, but a thrilling series throughout. A 3-1 scoreline to finish up our match here as RJ, off the back of so much utility added to this Genji, gets the win. You can see here, just look at all the resources committed. The Dragon Strike to zone, the anti, the damage amp as well. There's no way you're able to survive through that. And
it's funny, like you see the purple land, and then and then as soon as the blade starts getting called, you see every player just whip to the left. But even by then, it is simply too late. The dash in there for the first 50 plus nano boost damage, the slashes afterwards. There's nothing that's going to fix that one. RPI taking this one in 3-1 fashion after, correct me if I'm wrong here, LaFawn, but the last 3 games, no, it wasn't 3-2 in the last game, it was 2-1, right?
Yeah, so certainly an element of dominance throughout the late. It felt like RPI really warmed up towards the end of the series, or as the series progressed, felt stronger and stronger. Is probably how I would put that. No shade to Illinois at all, though. They played a very strong match. And yes, they dropped to 2-1, but the season has kind of started up recently. So there's still a lot of time left for them to kind of put their mark as well. On RPI's side, they entered this season as the victor from last. They're looking to continue. They stay 3-0 undefeated. So still looking very, very strong here as they close out again 3-1 versus Illinois.
Yeah, no, agreed. And speaking of how close it was, every single one of these games decided by a factor of 1.
Yeah.
Loneliest number. There was no 2-0 on the controls. There was no one team taking both points on assault and then no answer on the other side. This came decently close to them taking the... it was like 2 meters outside of Wesleyan taking point number 2 on Kings Row anyway, right?
Yeah, it honestly just felt like just running out of the resources at a critical moment is why they weren't able to close out that second objective on Kings Row. So, for Illinois, I would not take this series and kind of, hang your head, because there was a lot to be proud of in execution. And I think there's also a lot to learn. Certainly, there's no doubt in my mind of that. However, the fact that you can look at the series throughout and say, this is where we kind of need to improve momentarily, right? Improve small things to give ourselves the next step is something you take encouragement from, in my opinion, as you get set to play in the remainder of the season here. So for Illinois, yes, you don't take the victory, but you take moments that are certainly strong to learn from. RPI, though, congratulations to them. That 3-1 looking mighty strong.
Mighty strong indeed. It was not the clean 3-0, although members like RJ would have preferred it to be so. Speaking of RJ, we'll have this DPS Starlight over here from the RPI squad in for a little interview action. If you guys joined myself and LaFawn last week, it'd be tough to top an interview like that. We'll be back in just a minute.
years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch ahead! What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a sore, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accepting, ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, as kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents. And now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Sheesh, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids, just kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this.
And we are here and we are live with the Week 3 ECAC regular season, little post-match interview coming at you. FBI Tugboat, my man LaFawn. I did read that right way that time. And we got RJ, a DPS star, coming in from RPI to give us a minute of his time after the game. RJ, you with us?
Howdy, howdy. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, not a problem. We only have winners in the winner interview box, so you have earned it.
Thank you.
There you go. LaFawn?
Yeah, it's. Congratulations first of all on the 3-1 victory here over Illinois Wesleyan. Quick question, obviously, before the start of walking out. You guys were down 1-0 in the series, heading into map number 2. Was there really an expectation that was that a surprise, or was it kind of just par for the course? Worry about the next map at a time and kind of go from there.
I'll definitely say that Illinois' rush or 6-man was really, really impressive. We haven't faced too much of that, and I remember them from last year. From what we recalled, they were running a little bit of a different comp, so we weren't expecting that, and they definitely took us by surprise. But we were able to steel ourselves and to reset the mental and come back with the second map kind of fresh of mind and ready to play.
For sure. That leads excellently actually into, asking about your team's compositions a little bit. We saw flexibility from you guys as a whole, obviously favoring the dive a little bit more frequently. Is that something you guys are continuing? Is there, plans to expand it to the rush more, or are you guys kind of happy with kind of the pseudo bunker and sort of the dive compositions being your bread and butter?
We'd like to eventually perhaps switch into something dive, but we definitely know that our strengths lie in a lot of our mechanical skill. Specifically from Declan and Zihobo. Those are two of some of our our best players, and when you put them on these characters that are enabled by their heroes, right, snipers and things like that, which you don't generally run in rush, we benefit a lot. So I might look good with the blades and stuff, but really I think it's them and Aqua Boost and really everyone else on the team doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
I love it. There you go. Yeah. So DPS performance is obviously stellar there from you, RJ, but I like the accreditation. Just specifically on the last, right, on that King's Row, I really do feel like the Widowmaker opened up a lot of play. But gotta ask, of course, because you were featured plenty on stream, had plenty blades right here. RJ, you took triples, quadruples, quintuples, like you were finding lint in the pocket. Which of these blades was your personal favorite or best?
I think my personal favorite was, I believe it was on Kings Row first. I don't remember which side it was, but we were down by quite a large margin, and I really do like, Z-Hobo always stays alive. He's always one of the last members to die. So if I'm alive and he's alive and we both have our ultimates, it's always kind of like, we might be able to win this. Do you want to risk it, kind of thing? And so those are always really fun to to swing back.
Absolutely. Always a prayer alive while Z-Hobo is there with you. I understand that. Yeah, that's going to be about it. I want to ask you if you have any shout outs, any organizations, people, teammates, anything else like that to shout out before we get you out of here.
Sure. I'd like to shout out our two coaches, Swine and Widden, as well as we have our own Twitch that we're kind of trying to, bring up. It's new for us this year. So shout out to Shu and Nihil. You guys are really popping off with that, as well as Dorito. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, big thanks to everyone on the team. I always say that, my blades always look good, but really they're doing a lot of the work. So thank you guys for that.
I'm with it. You mentioned the stream. I did not.
Right.
Would you care to spell it out? Yeah.
Twitch.tv/teamrpi.
There you go. Check it out. You can see a more electrifying gameplay from this Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Last question. How many people mess up pronouncing Rensselaer?
Pretty much everyone, honestly. Like, if you asked any of us who go there to spell it, I don't think any of us could, and definitely pronouncing it is definitely interesting. I don't think there's too many people.
What I want you to do now, because you said it, do me a favor, look up, spell your college's first name.
All right. Shoot. I'm not one of them that can spell it.
I mean, here's a trick. Just say RPI. You're technically spelling it.
RPI is really what we call it. But if I had to guess, I'd say RENSSAELAER. Maybe it's close.
It is a mouthful for sure. Before asking this, I should have figured out the correct pronunciation. But we'll call it. We got it right. RJ out here is correct on his spelling as well as his blades here tonight. Thank you for coming on and giving us a minute of your time after the game. We do appreciate it. And like I said, might have you back, but only if you win, because we only have winners in the interview box.
Thank you again for having me.
Not a problem. This has been the week 3 of the ECAC's regular season. We saw RPI come in with a 3-1 victory over their opponents. That's Illinois Wesleyan University. And it was incredibly close throughout all of these. Once again, all of these maps decided by a single point, LaFawn.
Yeah, such a close game overall. And as I said, at the end of the map number 4, we don't really have a reason for either team to go home sort of and belabor their performance here today. Definitely some improvement cry from Illinois if they want to take their next victory, but overall I think a fantastically played out match between both squads, and credit to RPI, continuing where they kind of left off. The 3-0 still in their favor, undefeated, and a team I'm sure other teams are looking to want to take down here as they move forward.
Absolutely. RPI did big stuff last season, doing big stuff this season. We'll see how they continue. Join us next time in the ECAC regular season.
Jobs that's real big. Say trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live. And I promise I'm trying to. Before you count me out, homie, let me remind you. They was blocking the shine, now I think it's my time to. Counting them dollar signs like lights, they'll blind you. Let me rewind to. Back when I was broke and I couldn't acquire 2 cents, and now I got 2 rents. They was sleeping on me, homie, must have got too big. Call my phone, I be like, who this? Damn right, hell yeah, I'm brand new. Smell like can too. I'm fresh forever like canned food. Try and tell me what I can't do. I wanna see the world, my vision on Shamu. That mean I got goals that's real big, foes that's real big. Y'all offer too little, sorry, my soul is real big. Coming into the ring with blows that's real big. I gotta do it big, that's the only way I can live.
What will you like today? Another Cloud 2 classic?
I'll stick with the usual. Maybe take a little bit off the sides.
Oh, that's fresh.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Hey, watch your head. What sound experience would you like today?
I'll have the fantasy pack.
Good choice.
And could you make it a Cloud 2 wireless?
On his way, sir.
Sounds amazing.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, job that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey man, I just can't find a comfortable headset. I mean, I've tried everything. Literally everything.
Jeez, my brother. I got you.
The HyperX Cloud 2 Wireless. Legendary comfort goes wireless.
That is comfortable.
Y'all think too small, I got big dreams. You just starting, I'm way ahead at the end scenes. Started reading and dodging all of the quick schemes. Money like your Spotify, boy, I got 10 streams. And I'm still looking for more. My people, they got a soar, I'm putting that on the Lord. Ain't accept and ignore, just kicking down all the doors. Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out of